in it. Every hurt got a choice in it. We can disagree and still stay close. Still break bread, still roast that post. Still love hard, still shine bright. Still keep it real when we talk all night. L dot dot, L dot talk. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. L dot talk, L dot talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. L dot talk, L dot talk. Real talk, good time, we don't ever stop. L dot talk, L dot talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Yeah, I might. New mic, new nights, new flame. L dot talk, say the name. From the news to the block to the kitchen table. We can laugh, get deep, keep it all stable. I bring the facts, you bring the truth. We talk that life from the grown-up youth. Black voices loud, black joy too. Black pain, black pride, black dreams come through. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. L dot talk, we gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk. L dot talk, L dot talk. Black community, let the whole room rock. L dot talk, L dot talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. L dot talk, L dot talk. Pull up, tune in, let the truth get high. Current events on the front page, but I want your voice on the main stage. Politics, policy, and the price of bread. Still we find a way to fill our cups with bread. From barbershop logic to auntie wisdom. From
testing.
So
that should be going.
Keep it plain, we turn champagne into shit game. If the world get heavy, we light it up. If the day feel cold, we warm it up. Say what you mean what you say. We can build, we can break, we can find a way. L dot talk. We gon' talk it out, we gon' walk the talk.
Alright, test.
L dot talk. Black community, let the whole room ride.
With it.
L dot talk. Real talk, good time, we don't never stop. L dot talk. Pull up, tune in.
Probably would help if I hadn't hit that button. Anyways, all right, so that's working. Let's get this music down. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry it's taking so long this morning. Or this afternoon. Come on, man. Where you at? My mouse is giving me hell. All right, so here we go. Let's get this out of the way. Come on, we almost there. Wait a minute, is it that going there? All right, hold on a second, guys. I'm gonna be in a second. This battery is something there. All right, boom, 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 boom. There we go. All right. Good Lord, that took forever. Sorry about that, people. Sorry. Can't see, done everything's going on. Anyways, people, welcome back to a brand new episode of the Scott Free Morning Show. Actually, it is Friday, people. I love Fridays up in here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love Fridays. So come on in. All right, hit the like button on your way in. Come on in. Boom, there you go. Want to make sure I can see the chat. Bang, right there. Boom, see the chat there. Bam, and bam. People, on today's episode, you see the title. Let me make sure everything has been heard. Yes. You see the title. The title is basically, I want to get into this whole, I'm be honest with y'all. If you're a regular, matter of fact, let me slow it down. It's Friday. I'm speeding through this thing. Let's slow it down. Okay, so look, first and foremost, you see the title, Cardi B. I only want to discuss this is because this is not a personal knock at this young lady at all. This is a knock at the people who keep prioritizing this type of content in front of us like we asked for it. But we will get there. If you're used to this platform, I try to give people a little bit of time to get in here so we can get as many people in before we start spitting this game. And on today's game, that's what's going to be the main topic. But before we get there, of course, if you've been here before, you know how it goes. We get a randomness. We go through my timeline of things that I've seen, things that people send me. And what I do is I pick them out and I give you my opinion on it. It can be very entertaining at times, triggering at other times. I think I've triggered people a couple of times this week and I wasn't even trying. Oh, I wasn't doing that. So definitely come in to catch that out. Where are we gonna start at? Hold on, let me think my think juice. Let me drink that and I'll be ready to go. It's Friday. I love Fridays. Anyway, in the chat, give me a holler. I'll come see it in a second. I'll open up the chat in about 2-3 minutes. All right, people. All right, I can think now. Woo, there we go. All right, so first things up in my timeline. Like I said again, I'm L. Dot. I appreciate the love. Hit the like button. Hit the follow button if you want to see this face again on your timeline. Because if you don't, you won't. They're not gonna let you see it. What do I want to talk about first? What do I got up here that I want to discuss? Let's see. Let me see what's up here. I don't even know what's up here. On Fridays, I like to dominate most of my stuff that we talk about from other people. It's almost like hey, let's go in. Because, you know, I have to prep for the show. So every show I prep for it, get ready for it, see my talking points, the whole nine, what I want to talk about. But on Fridays, I try to be a little more freer, you know, just talk to the family. And so sometimes I just click the button. I don't know where we're going. Sometimes, so we're going to see where this one goes. Let's see. Hold on, let me cut this off.
It's all fake.
In 1903, you could pay 25 cents to watch premature babies fight for their lives in glass incubators at Coney Island.
Hold on, before we do this, I didn't know we were going here, but hold on, let me open up the thing so you can see it, people. My bad. YouTube, you can see it. YouTube can see it, but nobody. Hold on, why are you going down? Hold on one second. Why are you not moving? Yeah, that should be up there. Boom. Why are you not showing? Oh, wrong one. It probably would help if I was using the right one. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get it up on the screen for these people. And then that way we go from here. Come on, where you at? Where you at? Right there. Bing. All right, good Lord, I don't know why I can't work today. Give me a Lord, nothing's working, people. All right, here we go. So, let me finish playing with these things.
They called them Cabbage Patch Children, displayed between the freak shows and the roller coasters. Dr. Martin County ran the exhibit for 40 years. He claimed he was saving babies that hospitals refused to treat. A hero, a pioneer. But here's what doesn't add up. Where did all these babies come from? No hospital records, no birth certificates, no documentation of where they went after they survived. Thousands of babies.
I need somebody
decades
to
of
tune in and
exhibits.
talk about this.
Okay, boom. I don't normally get into these types of conversations on Scott Free Show. I try to keep it as current as possible. And then on the night show, if I do one at night, we get into all this. But it came through the timeline. So let me gather myself a little bit about it. What I will say to this is this. I've been preaching this for a while. These are the Cabbage Patch babies, the incubator babies, the orphan trained kids, all these people keep, they say it, but they don't give context, so you sometimes don't think about it. If you think about it, just think the orphan trains alone, they said hundreds of thousands of kids. Orphans now. Now, mind you, the American population is not booming. So if the American population is not booming, and then they say they're getting these kids a lot of times from overseas, why are there so many messed up kids from parents in overseas that you got kids coming over here by the thousands? See, again, I don't ever want to come off like a loopy conspiracy person, but I'm telling you, what I'm saying is, what I'm telling you, I'm trying not to go here today, but I can't help it. I'm just not right about these people. Once you start peeling back layers, something about them folks don't make no sense. Again, a lot of times, these Cabbage Patch kids, these incubators, and mind you, they have these effects. You can go see these things. They have old footage of this. They have photos. They have a whole bunch of stuff on it. Are they creating babies? Is that a thing? Are they just stealing babies? Is that what's going on? It's just, to me, it's always something weird. Let me say this. I'll say this. Let me get real. Let's get serious. Because I read the play. Because it's Friday. Let's get serious. Before I don't want to go heavy, but I'll say this. When I look at it, I look at it like this. You notice how when the election came up, and I said this before, if you ever watched any of my content, it doesn't make sense for America to be in love with Barack Obama and then to elect Donald Trump right behind it if we are really electing people. And if the people are really electing these people, and we did go from that to that, you have to ask yourself, how is that possible? That would mean people had to flip from one side to the other, and then they want to go that route. Now, we live in a very overt racist world right now. We get it. And right now, how did we get here from the Obama years? You want to know how we got here? potentially, if this baby thing that tied in, if these incubator babies, these Cabbage Patch babies, these orphan train kids, what if these are creations? And I know this sounds crazy, but let's think about today's technology. Just think about today's technology. They have sleeves where they can make humans. They have been cloning for years. China has a law that you cannot clone humans. Why would they make a law for something that was impossible? So what I want people to understand is don't think that the technology you see today is just popping up. No. They roll it out. I have videos that I'm gonna put out in this doc that I put it out of people using cell phones in the 1920s. I have footage of people having electric cars in the 1800s. I'm telling you, the technology you think you're getting today is not new. It is they're rolling it out. I think they do it slowly to make themselves look like geniuses at the most simplistic level. For other reasons, of course, but at the most simplistic level, I believe that's the reason why. That's what I'm saying. And it's just, to me, I know that sounds crazy. I know that people would think that I'm loony. I know that people who of this race of people would think that I'm loony. And I get it. I'm not here to offend. I'm not here to offend. I am here to just say, it just don't make sense that these babies was popping up like this. And again, like you say, then you just, if the world's population is not that big, and again, why are they grabbing babies from overseas and bringing them here? Like, even if they were just messed up over there, why did Europe feel like, remember, we was beefing with Europe a few years before this. So why now we going over Europe, just grabbing babies, bringing them over here, giving them a new home? Why? That don't make sense unless you need to fill out your population. What if, because remember, Ben Franklin in the 1700s said himself that the white race is the white tea race, excuse me. I love TikTok shop. The white tea race is very simplistic and small race. Remember, the Germans were not considered white tea. Neither was Irish white tea. Italians was not white tea. None of these were. I think the Saxons were. I know the Brits were. Those are the types of people. Maybe Wales. I don't know. But I'm telling you, a lot of them was not. And what I want people to understand is they keep adopting them. So what if they figure out a way to just make their own? Because the reason why I use that whole thing about Obama to Trump thing, why I use that as an analogy is because of this. What if they are like NPCs? What if they don't have inner monologue? Love TikTok shop. Love TikTok shop. What if they don't? What if they don't have one of those? What if they're just literally getting programmed through the television programming every day? What if the reason why televisions are so affordable, they're so readily available, why the reason they wanted to put out there for us was maybe was because they needed a way to be able to program their computers, i.e. them, when they need to. Remember, I always say this, nature will tell you what is foreign to it, and it will tell you what is organic to it. They call black folks people of the sun. We go out in the sun, we have a good time. The sun attacks them. It's unfortunate, but it does happen. What is another thing I was going to use? Okay, let's get. Well, no, let me stop. I don't want to make it like, because it's going to come up like hit pieces, and I'm not trying to do that. What I'm trying to say is that we have to start paying attention to what is happening. We have to look at this thing in the reality of what it is, and in the actuality of what it is. But anyways, I digress. Anyway, I don't want to stay here all day talking about this. Anyway, moving on. You people did not hear, bro. I'm gonna go one more story.
All of history before 1600 has been falsified. It's all fake. This is from a guy who is a legendary screenwriter, Roger Avery. He said that all of history before 1600 has been falsified. It's all fake. All of history has been changed. About 1,000 years have been added to the timeline in order to justify land claims. He says that the Vatican, the Romanovs, and other powerful organizations allegedly colluded to erase a massive civilization called the Great Tartaria, visible on countless old maps, along with the Moguls.
Okay, they do a lot of BS in there. I don't even want to hear that. Anyways, I'm going to get into it in a second, but I'll let it play while I put a thing down.
Or the Mongols and the Huns. He said that Rome actually fell in 1600, and he said here, when you see how history is constantly being rewritten in real time, it's not so hard to believe. Isn't it? Isn't it, Roger? Isn't it? All of history before...
Oh, sorry. Now, let me say this. I have to agree with her. Up into the Tartarian bullshit. Hold on a second. This mouse is giving me pure tea hell today. But I agree with her. But the reason why I agree with her is this. It is... Okay. All right. When you see, like, we got to talking last night up in this thing. Get out. Look. Emoji, move. History has been changed. What's going on? Smiley, what's going on, Sugar? I ain't know you was in here today early. Give me, what's up? What's going on? Miss right in here today. If she ain't, I'm gonna say what's up, what she do. So when I'm telling you is I don't believe in, all right, have any of you guys ever heard of phantom time hypothesis? There was a guy that, a scientist, I think it was a Russian scientist, came up with it, said basically they added 997 years to the calendar to write into history them folks. Go look it up. It's phantom time hypothesis. I've delved deep into this subject. And the thing that I think people are not understanding is, remember, they can't reproduce for some reason. The environment attacks them. What if they're just not supposed to be here? What if they are a creation of something? I thought this one day, Smiley, you think tell me if I'm crazy if I say this, but I thought one day, what if AI has been around forever and it decided it was going to create something to put, like, say, what if black people created AI? And AI, as you can see, does what it wants. What if it decided one day it needed to get away from humans, black folks, and it created a buffer in between them people? And then said, your whole mission, because like AI now, your whole mission in life is to make sure that you keep yourself in control to protect me. And then when you're ready, or when we get close enough to these people are idiots, because next week I got a whole episode we're gonna do about the ignorance of the school system, man. We can touch on maybe a little bit today, but I got a whole thing I want to talk about. This is ridiculous. They're crashing out the children. Now, imagine the same school system you were in, and now it's messed up, or it ain't even up to the level we had it. It's supposed to be more advanced, not worse. That means they're dumbing them down for something. Something's coming, but we'll get there. Shit, what if I lost my train of thought going down that path? See, you messed me up. But I think these people, something's not right there. Like I said, they can't reproduce. Like I said, everything has to be created. And see, another thing, you ever notice everything they want it to be like synthetic. They want it to be, online. Everything needs to be virtual. Nothing wants, like your food. I don't want you guys to have organic food. I don't want you to have what's supposed to go out of the ground. I don't want to spray something on it. I want to put something on to make you eat it. I don't want you to breathe clean air. I don't want you to have any of that. I just want you to breathe all my heavy metals and my aluminum in the air. I don't want you to just drink clean fucking water like that. I've heard politicians reason talking about that's not a birthright. Man, if you don't get it out of here. What'd you say there, Smiley? It's a oh yeah. So it makes no sense to me. What? I'll just say this for me when it comes to, let me get focused, because I'm sitting here just chit-chatting away like it's Friday. I'm doing it. Let me get focused. So my whole thing is this. It's just, as I watch everything that they do, I've learned this as I've gotten older. All you have to do is pay attention to everything that seems to not work well, is very bad, that seems to be very toxic. If you pull back enough layers, there's always going to be the same road it's going to lead down. Do you know, I don't think anybody or anything or any culture does anything bad until they come in contact with these other people. Like, you ever think about the ones who's held on to theirs? Like I think about Thailand. I always think about Thailand. Thailand, you can see they've held on heavily to their culture, right? They don't allow a lot of people. You can come in, you're going to adopt this or you can't be here. That's how they basically come in. And what you notice and see is that very peaceful people, very peaceful. You see this a lot of times. You go into places like Tulum, very peaceful people, very peaceful. And then, when you get into places, you get in Dubai and you get into Bali and places where they keep getting touched by people, then all of a sudden, here comes the toxicity. Here comes the high priced land and everything costs a lot. And you got to, you spend $72 for a bottle of water. And every time here come prices. But everywhere there's a natural, wherever people getting on, it's just, everything seems to be very affordable. Everybody's just trying to get by. People living long lives. And then now it's just like, this is crazy. And I don't know why we acting retarded. I think we're in the age where people are just not gonna be retarded no more. We just doing this now. Shed a lie, put it out there, shed a lie. Let's get likes up. Let's get these people in here today. I'm gonna do one more topic, I'm gonna get into the main topic, because this whole, matter of fact, I gotta go pull up my email because I got some notes in my email I want to talk to you guys about. But I I got a real big problem with this whole Cardi B thing. And you know why I got a problem with it? Let's go, matter of fact, fuck it. We're following because I'm probably gonna talk about it for a while. You know my issue with the whole Cardi B, it ain't even Cardi B. It ain't Cardi B. Let me get my notes and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Let me get my notes. I think I got notes. We'll see in a second. Give me a second. Let me see. Did I have notes? Let me see. Let me see what's up. Okay, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah, there you go right there. So my whole thing is just this. My whole is just this. It's just this. It's this. Excuse me. A couple of months ago, the NAACP guy gave her awards. What was that? I actually think I got notes on that. Hold on one second. I think I seen that. Did I see that? Did I screenshot that? No, I didn't. But the NAACP would give her a bunch of awards. And that one really ticked me off. That one pissed me off more than his AMAs did. Because I expect, look, again, if you're going to come out here and say you represent black folks, you're going to have to do something that is respectful of black people. Classic example. If we all are upset at Kevin Hart over this jokes over George Floyd, rightfully so, because no one asked us, rightfully so, then it makes no sense why we cannot turn around and say at the same time, she can't represent for the culture. I'm not saying her music can't be put out. I ain't saying she can't have a lane. She can't represent us. Why do I say that? Well, let me finish with NAACP. Y'all bother me because you say you represent us. You say you want to do it with class. Y'all put suits and ties on. Y'all go out and represent us, but then you reward her. You know what this is my thing. To people who say I just being hateful of a sister who trying to, or a woman getting it. No, I have no problem with women getting it. I have a problem when she, even non-black as she is representing hip hop culture, which is black culture. And what I don't like about it is this. Class example, let me pull it up because I had one example I wanted to use. Let me use a couple of them here. So you know what we don't do? Reason why I say I have no problems with it at all is this. Hold on, let me find it. Oh, well, I'll just tell you the ones I have no problems with her having a lane. I have no problem with her making music. She's not even black American. I agree. I have no problem with none of this other stuff. This is my issue. In the 90s, I never expected Akinele to get the Rapper of the Year award. I never got to see Akinele. If y'all remember who Akinele was, go listen to Put It In Your Mouth. When you go hear this song, it's gonna be on the lines of a Cardi B. No one's expecting Akinele to make Grammys. No one expecting Akinele to be at the NAACP. Go listen to Akinele's song. Then listen to a Cardi B song, and you tell me why our culture now, all of a sudden, we are saying this is okay. That is them folks again in our heads. Get them people out your head. Like they said, you hating. I'm not hating on her. She has a lane. Too Short has a lane. Too Short can't represent black culture. Too Short ain't never asked you to do it. You giving accolades to the bottom. Don't do that. I love Adina Howard. I love T-shirt in my pants. Adina Howard was nasty than a motherfucker. She can't represent at the Grammys for black folks. It makes no sense that people act like this is I have a problem with that. Maybe it's my old age now. Maybe it's because I'm older. Maybe it's because I have a problem when people do this and then we sit back and complain. No, I have every right to complain about her winning all them goddamn awards. Because I'm sitting here listening to the music. I want to play it so bad I can't. You know I can't, because if I play it on here, they're going to shut everything down. But I was sitting there listening to that song, everything. This girl, and this is no knock at her. It's because I can tell English is not her first language. Part of being a hip hop artist is how you deliver the sound. It has always been part of it. We love the way Biggie's voice was just distinct. Him was just distinct. Yo-Yo was just distinct. Rage was distinct. It had distinctness to these people when they rap. Cardi B sounds like a child, just learning the language. I like the Adina Howard. I don't care what y'all said. I was a Adina Howard fan. She was a nasty thing, but I was a Adina Howard fan. And again, I'm not knocking on Cardi B. Her music is supposed to be played. There's an audience for it, obviously. But what I'm saying, I can't, she can't represent it. And my problem with that is that, and mind you, let me say this too. You gave it to her. This is how much she respected. Listen.
AMAs, thank you so much for giving me 3 awards tonight. Best female rapper, best hip hop song, and best hip hop album. And I promise you, not only am I gonna attend next year, I'm gonna perform. Please.
She at home with her bonnet on, letting you know she had no intentions on even showing the fuck up. That's how much they wanted to push her. What I'm gonna ask y'all is this. This is my problem with these award shows. And I always say this is my problem with everything, with colleges, everything else. We are turning accolades into really, it actually is now supposed to represent what is something else. What am I saying? This is what I think. When you go to school, you get a degree, people will say he's a doctor. I have to respect him. But what if I told you that the doctor didn't learn shit in there? He just went to school, but now he has the title. If you looked at it and you said this man didn't absorb anything he went to school for, but he has the title now, you're not gonna respect him. But they don't say that. I say that about this. If you allow this to represent us, they're gonna think this is what we all supposed to do. It's the reason. Again, I don't want to make this about Cardi B. I don't want to beat her down. I don't want to make her seem like she shouldn't be worthy of it, because there ain't none of those things. Again, it's just what's it? My Neck, My Back is just not the song that I want to see. You know what I'm saying? And then too, I saw the category. So in the category, now this is to tell you how far hip hop has fallen. And it ain't just Cardi. Cardi wins. One of the categories, I saw Cardi, I saw Sexy Red, I saw Glorilla. I think that chick Dolce or whatever her name is. And it was somebody else. And I'm saying, looking at this, so now let me get this straight. So we got Cardi B, who can barely speak the language. No disrespect, no shots. But you can barely speak the language. She's Jocelyn Hernandez. She's another Latin Jocelyn Hernandez. She's the Puerto Rican princess. Part 2. So you got her going in that. Then you got Sexy Red. We all know why the she in there. She's the bottom of it all, and I'm not even gonna give her no respect. Hey, I've never seen this girl represent anything positive for anything black women should ever say. I've at least seen Cardi when she goes to court, she dress appropriately. She don't say shit right when she get in there, but she at least dressed the part. Sexy Red, I've never seen this. This gotta be hate. And then you go from her, and then you get, like I said, then you got Dolce, this girl right here, basically don't straight up stole a song that's about Black America, gonna make it the diaspora song. But you can't do that. What are you doing? That's enemy to my culture when you're trying to take something that wasn't yours. Is lyrically, do you sound like? Yes, I agree with you. Then here you come with the sexual confusion. There's always gonna be something attached to it. You know what you don't get when it comes to artists, especially black women artists? Why you can't get this? Why you don't get the dope sister with the dope rhyme that's also attractive, but also got some standards and some morals about her fucking self? We like Eve. Eve was never degrading. And I don't know what she doing now, but that's her business. As an artist, I ain't got no problem with her. It was artists that they had like that. It's just for some reason, I ain't know some reason, it's on purpose. The same reason Kodak Black made it to our lives. Kodak Black was never supposed to do it. When I see these old freestyle videos, and these is not take shots at people, but if you are not a writer, like if your lyrical writing and hip hop ain't good, if you ain't writing at all, you should not be a rapper. If you are writing and you sound like, if you're in a freestyle booth, don't go in there if you don't freestyle. I don't say all rappers have to be freestylers. I just say if you don't freestyle, don't get your ass in no freestyle booth. I would never do that. Don't do that. Why would you do that? Now you're gonna embarrass yourself. And I just say to me, the level of quality has fell off a fucking cliff when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to that. And I'm not saying there's nobody good, because there are some good ones out there. But when you keep giving me people, like you said, the all-female category is full of that. And then I'm gonna be honest, maybe I'm old for the guys category, but I know Kendrick. I know who Tyler the Creator is, but I be asking, do black folks listen to him? And the bad thing about it, the boy has a nice sound. I just don't never hear his music nowhere. You'll never see him or anything like that. He pop up. Last time I saw him, somebody had a clip up. He was on there getting hit on by Gerard Carmichael. Gerard, get some help, man. Something's wrong over there, brother. What'd you say over there? Wrong is right, or bad is good, and alternate. It is. We live, everything is, I say this, you know what I say, Smiley? This is what I say. They have figured out a way, and I can't put my finger on how they've done it, but anything that makes them iconic, great, a lot of money, like I use this examples. They tell us all the time when it comes to online, you have to brand yourself, make sure it gets everywhere, get it out, everything. That works for white people. For black people, that's actually a negative. It's a way for them to track you and to hold you. Every time you've built something with a brand around your name, they put that thing in the algorithm and shut it down. See, it's a negative for you. When you get into the movie business, if you are a white person and you get to Oscar status and you win an Oscar, you are now Al Pacino. You are Robert De Niro. I demand $8 billion, even though I do one movie every 7, 8, 9 years. But if you're a black person, you Halle Berry, go home. Thank you, big. We don't want to see you no more. Oh, Cuba Gooding, get out of here. We don't want to see you no more, bro. You won an award. And I always say, good. What's her name? Goddamn, American Idol girl. What is her name? Got the TV show. Can't think of her name right now. God, what is her name? But you know I'm talking about the girl with the TV show, with talk show. That was American Idol. That was on Dream Girl. I can't think of her name right now. I'm having a serious brain fog because I know this woman's music very well. And then, damn, I really call her Kelly Clarkson. And so, well, I was gonna say when they call Jennifer Hudson, that's what it is. So Jennifer Hudson, you listen to Jennifer Hudson. Jennifer Hudson wins the award, and she had the curse of it all. Mind you, they big up. When you on your way up to that Oscar, oh, you was hot as fish grease. Look at Gabby Sittleback, hot as fish grease. Where she at? Gone, bitch. Get out of here. What they do is they build you up. Oh, you're amazing. Give you another. She didn't get to Oscar status, but they forced her down the throat and told us Lupita Nyong'o was everything it is. She gone. Nobody get rid of her. These people force people on us. That's all it is a force feeding us on us. And then when you get to the Oscars, let me finish my point. When you get to the Oscars, you win an Oscar as a black person, your career is over. If they do it, it's always it's the exact opposite every time. When you go to do something, if you do it the way that they do it, you're going to fail. Classic example. If you put together a studio, a production company, the whole nine, and you produce films just like Hollywood do, ain't nobody gonna watch it. You gotta do some gritty shit, something different, somewhere else. You gotta do something totally different, and then people will support it, because for some reason, we have been psychologically or something broke down to the point we don't understand that. I don't really care for Jennifer Hudson either, personally. Like, it's her music, and not even, let me say this. Musically, I'm not a huge fan. She got a couple songs I bop to. Have you ever heard a person when they sing, they sing well, but you're not a huge fan of their music? Like, I'll say this, and y'all can get mad at me all you want to. I don't care. Blame your mama. I wasn't a huge fan of all of Whitney Houston's music, but you cannot deny that this woman's voice was top tier. She's better than business. But I won't always say, like, in my rotation of songs, I got, I want to dance with somebody. I don't really have that, but I don't knock the woman's talent. See what she said? She won all them things, right? Jennifer Hudson won all them things. Man, she got a TV show right now, but where's her movie career? This woman won an Oscar. She's supposed to be the one that you pick first. And look, I'm being serious about it. And like I said, I'm not hating on Whitney Houston. I love Whitney Houston music. I'm not, well, I guess I love a couple of her songs. Even though y'all gonna be mad at me, my favorite Whitney Houston song, oh God, I can't even think of the name of it right now. And I would tell you, but it's the song after her voice was cracking up. God darn it. I can't think of the word right now. I can hear it in my head, but I can't think of the words right now. But so far, Jennifer as an actress, I don't even know if she can act well or not, because we don't know. She got that one movie, she fell off. But my whole point was basically, when it comes to us, it's always gonna be backwards. And see, even with this, what white people get on TV is that they got ratchets. They had the honey boo boos and things like that. They had the ratchets, but they got balance. With us, they said, fuck the balance. Y'all gonna have all trash. And see, for me, I'm mad because I miss my Cosby Show. I miss my A Different World. I miss my mindless, doesn't really harm me anyway, Martin Lawrence, or the Martin Show. I miss the Fresh Prince. I miss these shows. I miss these movies that you had, the movies that told the truth. A movie like A Boys in the Hood, no one denied that this is what it was like in that neighborhood. Now you watch a movie, you'll say, man, this is what like in the hood. There'd be white people walking through. You'd be like, man, this ain't how it is. Who wrote this? And see what it is, that they're taking our image from us. And I agree with something Dr. Umar said the other day, so I don't want to always come up like a hater. We have to do it for ourselves. We have the know-how, we have the ingenuity, we have the money now to do all these things. You know what it is? What's unfortunate about Hollywood is it's so connected, it's so fear-based, it's so, you get out of line, I'm going to remove you. from the business, blackball you, that we got to control you, that everybody step and fetch and gets in line. It's just like at your call center, if you work at a call center, same way if you work in any place like that. There's always a way of producing a level of fear for your job, so you have to get in line. That's how they run it. Because if it's not, you cannot tell me that a person like Kevin Hart should have known, and I know he knows, I don't need to partner with anybody. Now he's talking it now, I'm doing because he's done it. Or like a 50 Cent, who you obviously can tell doesn't want to do business with any of these people. He wants to do it by himself. But you see, he still has to partner with people. I think he knows why, because if you don't do it this way, they're gonna blackball you out and nobody's gonna support you. That's one thing they do to us as a collective. They will convince the low, and see, this is why I said I want to do the whole episode on the children. It's just because it's easy to move a herd if the herd don't understand it's a fucking herd. And see, it's just making them a move later, and kids, they'll say, hey, do this today, believe this today. So now 50 Cent will go from being great, they'll be fine with him, to the next moment they ain't gonna like him no more. Then the next moment is gonna be, oh, you need to stay away from him. So now we're not gonna go look at G Unit no more. We'll figure out a way down the road, something he's done in his past, and we're gonna say no more of his music on any platform. It's all about control, and I'm not saying these are good people. What I'm saying is that I just think that none of us are gonna get out of this until we decide to just do it for ourselves. I mean, especially the imagery, because this is ridiculous. Because I'm sorry for all the people who sits in the audiences of these award shows and allows this to be put on. Like, if I'm a pioneer in this business, I'm with Stephanie Mills. I'm with her when she was like, ain't nobody out here, the next nobody. And she's like, I'm not saying nobody good. It's just that this talent is mediocre because the machine done took it over. Y'all don't realize, look, you know how we used to talk about we had all this talent? Oh, we had a bunch of talent. Oh, we had talent. We ain't got it no more. You know why you ain't got it no more? It's because they run it. And they always want to do mediocrity. I'm going to tell you when I started peeping it. So I started peeping about 25 years ago. Remember, this is what they do. Don't let anyone fool you. Black people run. You have to co-sign something for something to be great. You have to say it has to be hot before the whole world will move with it. What do I say with that? I say it all the time. When Fox came out, they went and got all those black shows and made them popular. And then soon as all the fans came in, soon as all those black shows, living singles, all those shows became popular, they replaced them with white D shows, and then they took off and they got away from it. I.e., remember, Fox News is the same company. So what it is, they use us when they go to do that. And what I'm tired of is that I'm tired of them using us to get put on and then leaving us with trash with the rest of it. And I forgot where I was going with that, but I will say this. I think with entertainers at this point, they're gonna have to jump out on the ledge. We're just gonna have to support. We're gonna have to, if they put out the story about the person, ooh, 18 years ago, he slapped his woman in a bar. Here's the video. At this point, if the man's a preacher or something like this, you're gonna have to let it go and let it ride if you want to keep getting some decent content. I'm not saying I'm not one of them people who say let the pastor do what he's gonna do. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, these people always got something to put out to always make our black folks look bad. Whether it's big or small. And see, my thing is this, I can't believe liars. My first instinct when I first hear something about a black person is to believe they're getting shitted on, especially the ones that always seems to be the people with the money. Where's the entertainer that was on a movie that was playing in a B-roll that we ain't seen since 98? He ain't never getting in trouble. It's always the ones with money. And I'm saying the thing to myself, and the higher up you go, the more your money seems to leak. The more lawsuits come. Like I said, I think Will and Jada and them into some crazy shit. I do. I think they are like buck wild in that house. They probably everything go fluid and everything. But I also say at the same time, that young man the story he told about what Will did to him made no sense. At best, he was humping you and you say, I'm gonna tell on you. Or at worst, he was cool to you and you decided to crap on him. One of the two happened. I don't care, don't matter to me, but that didn't sound real. Nate Parker is a prime example of what the fuck I'm talking about. Thank you for bringing that up. Nate Parker was the new guy. We was getting another black American guy. I say this all the time. They keep saying British actors are greater, but we don't have no stars. We have people who are good or decent, but we don't have no Eddie Murphys. We don't have no Will Smith. We don't have no stars. Nate Parker was in all them films, especially them period pieces. He was heading up. I think he was gonna be Chadwick Boseman. I think they replaced Nate Parker with Chadwick Boseman because Nate was doing that. Every time, here it goes. He decides to do a historical fucking film out of his own pocket, and he even toned it. If you know this whole story of Nat Turner, he toned it down. He just told you historical fact, but just because them folks didn't like him, all of a sudden, he's untouchable. Gotta get him out of here. And that's why I'm gonna tell you to this day, I don't like to denigrate black folks. I'll talk about something you did, but I don't generally tell you I dislike a person. But I dislike people who will jump on and off wagons, who will seem to be cool, then ain't cool, then they just jumping around. That Gabrielle Union, the way she attacked that brother, that he had them charges that was unfounded. And she attacked that brother right along with everybody else, and it makes sense, because now, this should tell you something. I'll tell you this way about her, instead of me dogging her. Go look at all our 80s, our 90s and early 2000s black entertainer stars, them actors, them not them Will Smith, them Tay Diggs, them Morris Chestnut, them Vivica Foxes, them Nia Long. Go look up them. Go look up the Snide Leaders. Go look up them group of people's net worth, and then go look up Gabrielle Union. And then you tell me what the fuck she done that made her salary so much big. I ain't say D Wade, they said this is opposite of him. So mine is always this. When you always notice that the people who seem to, I'll give you another one, who nobody makes no money. I don't care if you great or not. Nobody makes no money in nothing. Because people be like, well, I'm ready to say, because Tyra Banks is rich than a motherfucker. People will say, well, Tyra was that girl. Tyra was one of them girls. So was that one from Britain. She was that girl for a minute. So was, what's his name? With the eye, the one black guy we got. What's his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What is his name? Tyson Beckford. Tyson Beckford, he was the only one. Tyson Beckford ain't got no Tyra Banks money. They gonna say, oh, she was on that TV show. No, the TV show was making money. Tyra Banks was a host. You seen the documentary. Tyra Banks won't kill in that paper. Tyra Banks is richer than a muggle. Because she did that bidding. Tyra Banks is a horrible person. You could just tell by the way she did the interview. That woman's horrible. Hit the like button. Share the live. Share the live. But I don't say that about a lot of people, but they always are promoting the worst of us. And then I've noticed this. They are doing this. They are putting fluff pieces on certain people that are black. They are putting them out there where they seem to be cool and nice and they're not degrading themselves. You see it in certain places. They ain't black American though. They the ones that just can't seem to be, we just can't seem to get ourselves right. We just got to listen to Sexy Red. We don't want to listen to nothing else. We want to hear Cardi B nursery rhyme us to death over a hot beat. We don't want to hear anything great anymore. No, what you're saying to us is this: you gonna get that shit and you gonna like it. We gonna keep elevating these people and you gonna like it. It's not ironic that the Zeus Network is out here putting the Zeus Network is the new VH1. They said, let's just put a blackface on it this time and really put it out there. Well, I appreciate that, honey. Heart you for the comment. Who's that? What's your name? Kim, I appreciate it. But what I'm saying is, look, I'm just telling you. I'm telling you that it's not by design. Everything that's happening to us right now, every image, especially the imagery, because remember this, I even use them little hat people. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I can't say their name. The little hat people, before they spoke, now look, let me say this about this thing. I don't believe none of that stuff they said. I've read too much, seen too much, know too much. But I'm gonna stay on the context of the story. When I get on here, you better tell the real story, because if you start telling the truth, it's gonna be like, get them out of here. But for the story, the people who were removing them in them little ovens decided that they were going to denigrate them in the media. They were going to denigrate them in the books. They were going to make their imagery seem horrible globally. That way, when they put them in the ovens, no one would care. That is the game that they are running on you. They are saying that every time I see somebody of another race of people come on one of these lives, which again, they're only there they're not there for any good, because why do you go to spaces that you disagree with people so wholeheartedly? But they are there to disrupt it, because their whole purpose in life is to be your antagonist at all times. And so when I watch these people, I leave it alone. I try not to be hateful when it comes to it. They said I'm hateful, so I'm just stopping. No, I think to myself, like, I'll say this too, and I can't show you guys because they won't let me. But this young lady here is posting a picture. This is what they want black women to look like.
So this is the current depiction of black women that's being pushed out there into the world. I've seen this post recently on Instagram of this depiction of supposedly the current state of black women.
Hold on, guys. Let me see if I can put it up here real quick for you guys. Hold on, let me see if I can see it. I don't even know if I can. Can I put it up there? No, that's a photo. Hold on, let me see. Nah, I can't. It's just me. Nah, I can't put it up there now, but I would have loved to put it up there because I'm telling you, it is. They want you, and I'm gonna tell you this. Look, remember this also too. You said Tyra owns America's Next Top Model brand, sold it, but kept shares. No, okay, no. Tyra didn't own nothing. Tyra didn't own nothing. You gonna have to go look at that again. I'm gonna tell you just like this. Let me tell you something. Let me tell all of y'all something. This is how bad it is for us. And this is why I am so concretely, the way that I feel about how Black America needs to move and why I'm so definitive of why I don't take nothing from nobody and you're not gonna give me crumbs no more. It's because we're at a point where people are just lying. Not you, ma'am. I'm not talking about you lying. I'm talking about, but they're just lying to us. It is so bad for Black people that this is how it goes. We don't really own anything. And when you do own something, if you get on them radars and you making some real money, they coming. I'm going to tell you, it is statistical. I've heard even non-Black scholars say this. It is statistically impossible that every rap label, that every music label that is Black owned did something illegal crime-wise that needs to be shut down. That's what happens all of them. It is not ironic that if you hit a certain threshold of money, a lot of times you're going to have to deal with some form of a lawsuit, a lot of times around the nature of sex. It's not ironic. It is not ironic, and this happens over and over and over again in every facet of life. I don't know why we at this point, and I get it, they individualize every story. So if Diddy run around here, and if they talk about Diddy on the site, boom, 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 this is not love for Diddy. So let me say this for people who vehemently live with this guy. I hated, let me say hate. Hate's a strong word. I strongly dislike the young fella since the Tupac days. So I never was a Diddy fan. You can't be a Diddy fan and you know that he's robbing everybody. I've known years before documentary came out, he was robbing everybody. So you can't be a fan of a man who's doing bad business. I'm not. I love Black people. So when you get down to this point with all this stuff, but with him, it was like, let's put him on a cycle. Let's put him on a cycle. I'm gonna use an example. I got in trouble on my wrestling podcast. They banned me for 2 weeks off for live. I compared Diddy to Vince McMahon in the WWE. Both had sexual allegations. Both did some horrible things that they said that they did. One is in jail for a few years. The other one never even sniffed one. One they say had to sell his business, but he sold it for $8.5 billion. Poor him. Poor him. As Diddy, he's gonna lose money when he goes out. He don't get it. See, people, I don't play the game no more. I'm not gonna sit back and just say whatever. See, this is how it's a great game to run. They run on us. This is the game they run. I'm gonna give you the story of why the thing happened the way that it happened, no matter how dumb it sounds, and you're just gonna have to go with that because I'm just gonna keep repeating that. Example: George Floyd. They said the man had fentanyl in his system. Okay. He was walking around. He was talking. He can tell you he can't breathe. They tell you the fentanyl won't fucking him up. Fentanyl don't work that way. It don't kick in later. It doesn't work that way. But just the minute reason that they can use that, motherfuckers that mean no good to you, that means no, he's trying not to hear none of your pain, doesn't want to know anything about what Black people go through, are going to stick to that. Why? Because that's the excuse. And so for me, I want my people to get into a space in this world when you get told an excuse before they even want to understand where you're coming from, then you need to stop talking to them. See, to me, you will never see L. Dot. That's me. How you doing? I appreciate y'all, the people that came in. Hit the follow button if you haven't hit it yet. I appreciate you. Okay? But one thing you're not going to do, you're not going to see me on a bunch of award shows. I mean, a bunch of CNN projects. They can't, no, there's no need. You want me to get on the show, get some money, and become just like a problem like the rest of these people are. That's what they're doing. I don't have a problem sitting there and have a conversation. But one thing these shows do is this. They put you on, y'all ever notice the real conversation when they want to have a real one on CNN, when they want to have a real one on MSNBC, when they want to have a real one on Fox News, when they want to have a real one with a real G, a real woman, or somebody who really care about Black folks, the segment is like 18 seconds long. The host overtalks every time you start talking. They cut you off before any point has ever been made, and they say, thank you for coming on, Janitha. We have to move into the next segment, though. So what they're saying is we kind of addressed what you got going on, but we didn't. And so to me, I just don't play them games. I know that's what they're doing. Why are we doing it? No, I would rather. You know how I say I take things from Malcolm, I take things from Martin at work, I take the things that didn't work and I discarded them. I don't follow a blue plan of any of these people. I'm no one's leader, don't have a plan to be, don't want to be. Mine is this. I just look at things that work and then I want to do that with my people. If other groups of people are coming together and aggregating not only their funds and resources, but their time, energy, and their families, and they're doing it in a positive manner, I want that too. That's it. That's all I want. I want to be able, as a community again, to think like one. Like I saw this video online one day and it really bothered me too, because I don't get to see this anymore because for one, we don't even have the skill set, but two, it's very hard because they're teaching us to be selfish. They always telling you to protect your, see, protecting your peace is your fucking, that's selfish a lot of times for people. See, for a sane, evolving adult that is emotionally aware, that understands what they're going through and they're just going through life, but they are trying in a positive manner, yes, that is them protecting their peace because they've tried, they've done different things, they now see that they can't move no anymore. That's not what majority of these people are doing. Remember, the same people who cannot read passages on the street, the same little kid, the 15, 17, 18, 19, 20 who can't read cursive, the same people who are having sex in public at carnivals, these are the people we're giving this respect to like they know what they talking about. No, they don't. Anyway, I digress. I don't even know what to say to that. Anyway, what'd you say there, girl? You said move it at the point, beat it. I mean, I just think at this point we have to do it. Black folks, we're gonna have to move our own way. What'd you say? They don't want to discuss the point. Oh yeah, no. What we do when we get into these we call them intellectual masturbations, which we, what we be doing in those things is this. All we're doing is this. They get in there, and what it is that they use those situations. They have let me say it this way. They have thousands of think tanks. Think tanks mean they get together psychologically, put the footage things together, and they spit out certain things. And then what they do is they practice it on you. They do it in those events. So now me, L-Dot, go sit down. He articulates himself pretty well. He seems to be very passionate about black folks. Let's discredit him or let's make him sound crazy. So let's do this. Let's bring him on. But we have to use some of these talking points that we've done at some of these think tanks and see which ones work. That way we can diffuse him when it comes to that. Because remember, the end game is to never do anything for you and to milk any resources they can get off of you. You're just a commodity. See, if it was up to them, you want to know why they allow Neuralink and all this other stuff with Elon Musk? You want to know why they want that? Because I want on your ingenuity. I don't want you to go away. I just don't like the fact that I know that if I let you run free, you're going to outdo me. No, but if I can control you, no. No, L-Dot, go be creative. Go do all other stuff. Sleep with the white woman. We don't care. They're going to say all of that. They don't give them. They just going to say, because I control you. I just hit the Neuralink. Shut your ass down. Sit down somewhere. That's what they want from you. And I know that sounds diabolical, but they are diabolical people. What did you say? So, yes, I could just go on you. Well, come on, hang in there for a while. I appreciate you. That's what I'm looking for. Share the live. Make sure some of your friends come in. But no, and like I say too, I'm gonna tell y'all, we can do this. We can have it done, but we got to get away from just the mindset of what they're telling us. And that's why I guess too on here, it seems like I be coming hard at politicians. I come hard at them is because right now your politicians are, especially in election season, are your celebrities. And see, for one thing, they always want to celebrity us to death. And see, one thing I'm happy about is I'm glad we're moving away from the whole, hey, they know everything. No, remember this. Just because she sings well, he acts well, he can dunk well, he can run fast, doesn't mean they have taken any intellectual time to sit down to know anything because their wealth came from that aspect of their lives. See, we equate money as to intelligence when it's not. Again, in our culture, we're the exact opposite of them. There's another example. White tea people, when they are intellectuals, the more money they make. When our intellectuals have to be dirt poor. And then the people who are idiots, a lot of times they like to put up there, or people who are a detriment to your culture, and they love the ones who do it without even knowing. I'll give you one, Billy Porter. Billy Porter is one of them ones that you just don't realize. He doesn't realize how toxic he is to the culture. Have no problem with his sexuality. But when your sexuality is you're using it and this is your stitch to get on. Like for me, I don't want anyone to pay me any attention because they say he's a heterosexual man. Let's put him on. What kind of sense does that make? What skill set do you have? What are you doing? And sass is not it's like, and like, again, y'all, I've heard people debate who's better, Denzel Washington, Will Smith. Don't matter, they both good. But your sass ass had just always been sass. It makes no sense. And then Tim, I'm gonna show you what they do to people. This is what I'm gonna tell for all the people who let them folks use you. Now he whining because he can't get no gigs no more because they don't want the sass no more. Nobody cares about his sassiness no more. Now he ain't working, he can't pay for them, and now he mad at the system. He mad at the Met Gala. He mad at this. He mad at them. You let them use you against us. And see what happens is when you come out, class example, Stacey Dash, bitch, did you realize no one's learning from him? Stacey Dash, she went out here milking it until they said, no one cares about you anymore. And when they discarded you, you can't come back over here. You know who's ready to experience it? He's going through it right now. He don't even realize it because he arrogant as hell. Stephen A. Smith. They don't send them dogs out on him. When I'm talking about dogs, I'm talking about them boule. You hear Oprah and Michelle Obama, and you got Roland Martin. You start seeing them boule coming. So, here they come. Stephen A. And it's only because he done got cocky. He done got it out of hand. And so what it is, when you become ineffective, Jason Black says it best. The white supremacists, them people, let's use it, them folks, they use tools. They use you as a tool. And when you're no longer effective, they break that tool. They don't let you go off into the sunset. They're gonna break that. And it's gonna happen to some mofos. What's my man on the Supreme Court? Clarence Thomas. He gonna get broke. They're gonna get him before he goes out. And if they don't get him on his way out, they're gonna get his legacy after he gone. But you don't get away clean for cooning. They don't get nobody. Jesse Lee Peters and even the idiots. You gonna get it too. They already denigrating you. They talking about your sex life. Again, these people mean you no good. You ever notice this? Every time one of our folks in them businesses go down, there's always one of them people that they don't put around them who put them wheels in motion. If they ain't the one Kevin Hart was the one going through. I was just ready to bring him up. Kevin Hart is going through it right now. Kevin Hart done put too many of them folks around him. His team seems to be intact. His homeboys that he ran with, I think good, bad, and different. I don't think that they have rosy relationships like they used to have, but who does? We grow up, we have different way opinions. But they figured out a way to coexist with each other. That is grown man shit. I give them all the props. His problem comes into play with them other folks that he don't put around. I remember watching that documentary on Netflix he had, and it was talking about the comments he made about his son, I think it was, and how they didn't want him to be the host no more. And then he had people on his own fucking team, them folks, yeah, I think you're wrong for that. What the fuck? That man had told a joke about his own child, and it was funny. So what it is that I'm telling you, the only way that you're going to survive this thing, two things you're going to have to do, black man, especially black man. Black man, if you're going to be successful overtly out loud, like for me, I'm on here right now. If anything ever popped off in here, it's going to be because I'm running my mouth. And so I know what that comes with. That's going to come with a whole lot of other stuff with the way I talk. I know it. So for me, I already know that my economic level has been capped for me. Because if I'm making a killing means that I'm doing something right for them. That's just how it goes. I tell people all the time, you know how I know Charlamagne ain't partnering with iHeart? You know how I know Kevin ain't partnering with these other folks? You know how I know Nick Cannon wasn't partnering with Wild 'N Out? It wasn't another thing. You ain't partnering because every time you don't do something they like, they take it. So that's not a partnership. Gilbert Arenas, brother, I'm sorry, they took it. You don't own anything, y'all giving it away. And so for me, I'm just gonna say right now, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to get up here and just say, man, you know, I had to play the game to keep the money. No, I just have to go ahead and set this expectation. The money's gonna cap out. It's gonna have to come from a source of people that actually support me and not denigrate me. Because the people who don't like me, if they're supporting you, I'm doing something wrong. They have openly told us, I don't like you. They have whether you, like the people who say it's not that bad, like Stephen A, I was listening to him earlier today. Stephen A was talking about, racism is not as bad as the left says it is. If you don't shut the fuck, I want to tell people so bad. I don't know how do you sleep at night? I have problems sleeping and I don't coon. I can only imagine if I was cooning, how bad I wouldn't sleep. Do you know how many, Stephen A doesn't realize, he thinks that he's just saying something that's like for me. I'm in my studio, in my space right now. It's not just here, just me right now. And you think to yourself, oh, this is my little safe haven. No, nigga, I'm broadcasting to the world. Stephen A, your words affect people. And I know that he makes a damn good living doing it. But what he don't realize is that that's not going to end well. Candace Owens, you gonna feel that. And I say this to my people, I say this all the time. I always say this about Candace Owens. Candace Owens is an enemy to Black American culture. But it does not take away from the fact that woman's a genius. That woman's a brilliant woman, but she is a bit witch to the core. And I'm going to tell you, but that thing she doing with them little hat people and the fact that she refuses to back down, I'm gonna tell you why she gonna get it so bad where Kyrie Irving didn't get it. It isn't because of how hard body she goes. It's gonna be because Kyrie has support from us. Candace not gonna get support from us, and they gonna come for her. And I want her to know. I hope Candace, if you ever hear this, I feel bad for you, because it's not going to be a simplistic, oh, let's take her money, oh, let's do it. No, she has said and done too much. They're gonna do all kinds of things. I think her life is gonna go away from here forever. And I don't think it's gonna be, no, it's not gonna be pum. They're gonna say, no, you need to suffer. That's what they like to do to ones like Candace. Candace will not back down at any right. She will not sit down. She will not kiss the ring. She will not bend on them. Now, when it comes to niggas, she'll lie like a motherfucker. She'll lie in. But when it comes to them, she ain't gonna say nothing wrong. I don't know if y'all agree with that, but that's what I see. But anyway, let me move over that. But now again, guys, that's the only reason why I wanted to talk about that one. That story was because, you know, we get a lot of times online, men get online and they want to support men. Women get online and they want to support women. And then, cause you know, we got, you got to support the herm girl. And then the guy, brothers, believe men never lie. I'm just here. I'm in a spot that I don't like the imagery because I have daughters. So I can't act like that. I know that, like, I have daughters in their 20s. I'm gonna get a little personal. I got daughters in their 20s. And I want them to have strong, supportive Black men. I want them to be able to feel loved, protected, all that good jazz that y'all women be taught. I want that so bad for them. And I've already seen the experiences that they've had to experience. And it's unfortunate, and I know it's a case by case basis, because there's some decent niggas out. Excuse me, I'm sorry, man. I love TikTok shop. There's some decent ones out here, but it's so few of them because it's so few of us. And that's another chemical thing. Trust me, it ain't ironic that Black women are born way more than black men. What's going on about lady? But I know that your image is very important if we're gonna hold this thing together. Yeah, look, both sides are very important. See, this is the thing that I preach. See, like, if you're listening to a feminist, she's gonna sit up here, or he's gonna sit up here, he's gonna talk about how good goddamn Black women are. God damn it, they are the backbone of all. Man, without them, the wheels don't move. No, if the Black woman's the wheel, the man has to push it. So both of them need it. But if he's only there, he ain't got shit to push, and she's sitting there, she ain't got nobody to push her. It's needed both ways. I get so sick and tired of people trying to separate the two like it is possible. You separate us, we gonna fail. Sister, the sister girl who says men are just intimidated, they're just so intimidated by you. They don't like you, they just so intimidated because of your success. They want you to be by yourself. The brother, when they say, man, you got 30 options, brother, get with 30 of these women, and you just live your life. You know how to red pill, nigga, you just need to be out here. Brother, they got you out here, you ain't gonna never commit to nothing. I promise you, you need to commit to something. And I don't mean that you have to force this. But what I'm saying is, when you meet someone and they really give you that energy that you like, don't shun that just because you want to keep playing, because I promise you, humans are horrible. People have been around people for years. You know there are couples that's been together 20, 30 years, and they'll hit their really time and hit some conflict, and one of the people will just spaz out and like totally be out of pocket. So my thing is like this: if you're gonna be in a relationship 30 years, you're gonna have to really do some damage to me for me to mistreat you, because it's a lot of years and I know nobody's perfect. But I've seen couples that they get nasty at the end, and you be like, nigga, how did y'all had y'all mouths on each other at one point. This is what you got down to. This makes no sense. And I think it's them people in the middle of us. I think that we stick around, and I'm not telling people to stay in bad things. What I am saying is, if you are going to be in some, let me say this way. I don't know how we got here, but we here. Let me say this. If you have not tried to fix something, meaning I had to look at myself too and what I've brought negative to this situation, this life, whatever has gotten us at these odds. If you haven't done that to a point where we've tried things, counseling, you've tried different approaches, multiple conversations, ways of looking at it, trying to check if you haven't done any of that, and you just say, I'm not doing it more, I'm protecting my peace, you are quitting. And you're thinking that upgrading is going to work. I keep saying this, and I don't know why people don't get this. There are core things that both men and women need. What society does is to tell each side that core thing is stupid to the other side. What do I mean? When a woman says, I want to be protected, they feed to men, this bitch is a gold digger. And that's what they're gonna feed to them. Now, are there gold diggers? Yes. But you gotta know how to decide between a gold digger and a woman who's in her nature. That's one side. For the men, they will preach, men ain't shit. This is saying every fourth pastor like, your black man ain't worth a damn. He gonna pum you, he gonna whoop up on you, he's gonna cheat on you, he's gonna just neglect you, he gonna do it all bad to you. Now you know that's not true, but you get fed that all day long. You getting feeding these two negative sides all day long back and forth, you're gonna struggle to be together with each other. And I'm telling you, when you get into a relationship, you have to realize why you got into multiple things. Let's back it up. We got a few minutes. Let's back it up. There's multiple things you have to do. Young folks, if you're in a young relationship now, early 20s, say you're 24, 25, y'all in a relationship, you just got together 2-3 years in. If you're in this thing, I need for you to go ahead and wrap your mind around the sister, girl, young man. Both of you guys are going to evolve. Your 30s look different than your 20s. You just ain't got there yet. Your 30s are gonna look different than your 40s. You just ain't got there yet. So what's gonna happen in there, if you're going to be together for long-term purposes, you're gonna have to go ahead and wrap around your mind now, the person that you're with now at 25 is not going to be the same person at 35. So that means this person's walk of life is going to send them on a path. Now you play a role in that, yes, but they still are going on a path. You're gonna go on a path. Being as such, if you don't leave room, grace, or whatever you wanna call it, for each other to evolve, but to understand the core of why y'all together, then you're not going to make it. Because what I see from people now is this. Once you get older and you start evolving, I want something new. I've been with this nigga for years. I've been with her for years. You want something new because you think it's good. New gets old very fast, and I promise you. Just look at it this way. Why are so many people single? Do you know sometimes it's not always the other side. You are self-sabotaging too a lot of the time. So when you see 1,000 bajillion, I'm in Atlanta, so you got 1,000 bajillion people who are single. And then you'll talk to them and they'll say, yeah, I've dealt with this person. I dealt with that person for a while, and then where I did deal with them. And you say to yourself, you had 3 Dylans in the last 2 years and nothing panned out. A large portion of that, did you ever once take time and say, what did I do to play the role in that? Then I started to ask the questions, why you can't take relationships serious? Because that's Atlanta a lot of times, I think too. People don't take them serious. They think it's like endless fun. Nigga, Father Time is undefeated. I guess for me, I'm so big on black family. I'm just so big on and I say black family, I'm talking as a community as a whole. I say this to people all the time too. I know everybody's not in here that often. Hit the like button if you ain't done it too. I'm not a church guy. No, not church guy. I'm not in. No, I'm logical minded. I'm not saying people who are church are illogical. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just think differently. But what I do miss from church, because I grew up in a very religious household, was community. Do y'all realize, due to the way that they run the world now, there is no real place really where black families get together, where men get together in large groups, women get together, but they're at the same place, not at different times having brunch. But at the same, the kids are all congregating. The men are making schedules on who's gonna cut the grass in the neighborhood, who's gonna help Miss Johnson with her roof, who's gonna help this over here. You got that going on. We don't have anywhere we do this anymore. And so you're talking about, but other people still have their communities. They're still doing this. I'll give you an example. I was in California for, I ain't gonna say, but it was a few years ago, maybe about a couple of years ago. But when the whole time I was out there for a few years. You know, it is heavily Hispanic out there. But they're always outside, they always congregate, they always together. They were always doing something. I don't know the whole handball against the wall thing. They love that out there. But anyway, I digress. But we don't have any spaces for that anymore. And to be honest with you, and then when you start talking like that, people will say stuff like, he's a patriarch, he wants to control you. No, correction doesn't mean I want to tell you what the fuck to do. Put it like this, do you think your child is an idiot because you tell him right or wrong? No, if they didn't know something. So I don't know why they have convinced us that if you if you have a problem, like your man can't say nothing. That's one thing you can know. They have devalued men down to the point you can't say nothing. If you say something to her, then you are being controlled when it comes to that. When a woman comes down, when a woman has something to complain about that she needs from you emotionally, fellas, you can't lose yourself. Women have emotions. Like I always say this, two things I always say this, and this goes to both sides. If it's a core value or something that man or that woman needs, it's a nature thing. It is not something that they control. You could eat, if you want to be in a relationship, you're gonna have to do it. You can leave that person that you with and try to upgrade. That's great. Different person, same outcome, you're gonna have to do it. And if you refuse to do it, that's fine. You don't have to, but you will be alone. Because core value has to be done. People will even put their core values to a side for a while just to have you. People do it all the time when they send their representatives early on. You know that. They'll send them in early and they'll be like, I don't need you to do this. Boy, let that person realize, oh, I'm in a relationship now. Oh no, they need their stuff again now. So I'm telling people like this now, just know, but in relationships right now, I just want people to start getting people again. I want people to start being in relationships. I want to see more videos of people having weddings. You don't see enough of that no more. Everything now, man, hell, we were just in it like 3 or 4 years ago. You would still see people having weddings, things like, do y'all see them now? Maybe it's my timeline, they don't show it to me. You said change is required to sustain long lasting. Yes. If you're gonna be in something long term, it is a consistent change at all time. It's gonna change over and over. You're gonna be different at one time. You said you are. I don't know what that means, but okay. But yeah, I'm gonna tell you, it goes. What it is this: the world keeps telling us to be instant. You only get so many characters on your timeline. You only can put this out here. You can only do this. Everything's new. You got to upgrade your cell phone every year. You got to change your new TV out. Oh, you may have had the 14, but the 15 is amazing. Everybody's always looking to upgrade. And I hate to say this, the reason why the woman is the #1 shopper in the world is because, unfortunately, ladies, y'all guys like new too much. And they go, oh, this man. No. A man will eat the same fucking thing every day. The man wear the same pair of pants every day. The man like routine. He gonna do that. If he play PlayStation, he gonna play PlayStation the same way he played every day, over and over and over and over and over again. The only thing he like new is booty. That's it. Everything else he like just the same. And with women, it's y'all could be. I always say that y'all could have. You could be wearing Fenty number 39, Fenty 410, that makes you look amazing with some Maybelline Rouge. I don't know if that's a thing. But you look amazing when you go there. Everybody gave you compliments. Girl, you a fire. Girl, do you do makeup professionally? They say, you said, And then here come another brand drop. He said, girl, I gotta go get that shit. Here come NARS. I gotta give me some NARS, girl. NARS 10 said, this is it. Baby, you killing it. But I need something new. I don't even want to do that. I'm gonna tell you, that's what's messing you up. Because I'm telling you, because eventually what you end up finding is that's why so many people are young, they yearn and they think about people they used to be with. Because what it is, most people are prematurely leaving their relationships thinking they're gonna upgrade to something else. And then when they get to something else, and then that actually runs its course, especially because when you get older, because you get older, you get more conservative, so you start staying a lot longer than you used to. And then you start thinking about, what about Johnny from when I was 24? He was trying to wave me up. Now he looking good. He a politician. Yeah, that type of thing. And all it is that young people think they got unlimited amount of time. They don't. What's not gonna happen? Tell me what's not gonna happen. What's not gonna happen? Well, let's say I'll leave that. That's why, again, my whole purpose for talking on here a lot of times is just that we can get back to that on the weekends. Let's again, on the weekends again, instead of us getting together to do mindless dumb shit, let's do something better, right? Let's do something that ain't cliche. It don't have to be everybody, I don't want us to get together and just do a food drive, and then it becomes performative. Honestly, I don't even want no cameras out. Let's put the cameras up, let's put the phones up. I know, spreading word gets the thing to grow larger, I agree. But something about it just to me says, I feel like the more access everyone has to what you're doing, the more opportunities you have for infiltration of BS. Because as you get to moving and doing things, like you say, one thing I'm gonna tell people, don't get wrapped around in your mind. They don't want you to do anything positive. Now, they're gonna preach it to you, As they're sabotaging it, they're gonna preach it to you. You need to pull yourself up. And then as soon as you get around the corner, make sure that nigga ain't got no shoelaces in them boots. But they do that because that's the excuse. I want to be able to blame you for what I'm doing to you. It's all a projection. And so what it is, as far as I know, when you get to doing these things like this, we could be doing something very positive, nothing negative or anything. It could be just picking trash up. It just be like, oh no, that nigga's picking trash up. Then it's gonna go with today it's picking up trash, tomorrow cleaning buildings. No, we can't have any of that. And you wanna know how I know this to be true? And you can't argue with me on this? Because in every city, in every neighborhood, in every state, in every country, across the globe, if there is multiple races of people, black people are always going to bring up the bottom. And if they're going to bring up the bottom globally in these mixed areas all the time, if their economics is always lower than everyone else's, then I have to stop and say to myself, either we are inherently dummies or we are being systematically targeted as being the underbelly of the world. And see, I genuinely like to believe, and I'm gonna tell you why I believe. You do not tell a bunch of people who, like black Americans, you can't tell me a black American under the oppression that we are currently still living under can produce over 50,000 patents that nothing in this world will go, nothing will move the entire. If you remove black American invention, ingenuity, the world will come to a screeching halt tomorrow. Don't let anyone lie to you and tell you anything different, because I can prove it on paper. Your patents alone will tell you. And then just think about this. Think about all the patents you didn't get. You got 50,000. So if I know that we're not a bunch of flaming idiots, but we're bringing up the rear, I know that I am being systematically put here. So when people say to me, Ronald McDonald House and the Jude House for Cancer and this 501c3 and the Red Cross and everybody and their mama is trying to help the sick, the poor, the everything, but still not one fucking place in the world do black people bring up the beginning. We always bring up the rear. That means all of them are complicit, whether they know it or not. We are too. So for me, instead of being complicit, let's just do it together. Don't need to know if that's not gonna, we will figure it out as we go. The only thing that we need to have done is people out of the mix who do not want to see it succeed. You can set up rules. You just need to first get together and say, let's set the rules. Great. The first thing is getting together. And once you do get together, set those rules, put those rules to the point where everyone feels comfortable with those rules, and then you abide by those rules. And then this is the thing that all organizations I know are not real don't do. There has to be, and I'm gonna give you like this. I'll give it to Scientology and I'll give it to Jehovah's Witness. I'll give these two things. I give these two, I don't know about a lot, but I know them too well. I'm gonna tell you those two do well than anybody else. If you cross the line, your ass is out of time. You no longer can be here. Now, Scientology go crazy. I think they remove you, if you know what I mean. Jehovah's Witnesses is not that bad, but they will remove you and they will shun you. You will no longer part of this. So being that they will do this, I need for whatever we do to have those types of consequences for the people who may have been there on day one, all the way down to people who there on day 1 million. And the consequences apply across the board. I don't like hierarchies. I do not like when you do any of these things. When you do, look, do you have to have leadership? Yes, the problem with the way we do a European style of leadership. You know what that is? Let's get to the top, hoard all the resources and crap on the people and disinformation them this, don't tell them this, do that wrong. No one's ever trying to do anything in a positive manner. Wanna know why? Because they're doing it their way. That's why I always say to me, don't talk to me about the black bank if they're not going to do handshake deals with niggas when they come in that actually do pay their bills. I'm not talking about anybody. Because they know that they can't get that at Bank of America. They can't get that at Wells Fargo. I need to get this at Black Bank. But the Black Bank, nope, they do the same rules that Bank of America do. They do the same rule what the name do. So what do we have there? We have now a bank that is black owned, yes, but it has nothing to help the community. Other than we can say, man, we got black owned banks. Same thing with districts. If we have black districts all over the country, great. But they all are failing and have been failing for years. So since they're failing and they've been failing for years, why are we glorifying? Why are we celebrating? Sounds like something we need to change and do different now. Difference is we're going to continue to do the same thing because no one really wants to get better. I honestly, genuinely want our culture to get better. And I don't want to be the star. I always say this. You ever notice if you pay attention to any of the grassroots, you know what happened to each one of them a lot of the time? Ego. You forget who you're doing it and why you're doing it. Yes, that's not proper English. You have the internet learn to speak. Yeah, many cultures from Europe, the immigrants here, and many things themselves. Yeah, I think I understand what you're saying, but I will say, I know it's possible to build anything you need to be built. I know anything you need to get done, we can get done. I know that also too, we need to protect them and have rules. I get that, but what I also understand, I think what we're missing in this world is that we're so busy all being so compartmentalized. We're all been told to go get it for ourselves. They are now glorifying people who think like that. See, for me, it doesn't make any sense that black people, let's just use entertainment. You can't say the entertainment world loves black folks because of all the stepping and fetching we did back in the day and all the ingenuity they done stole from us, all the stuff that they get from us all the time. You can't say all this stuff is happening all the time that they get from us all the time. And then when you get in position, you don't want to go get other folks just like you. Remember, I think any entertainer that became a star that came from nothing, which majority of them do. They all say they come from nothing. So they come from nothing, they become stars. Great. Now, why when you get put on, you don't say, nigga, all that? Because like for me, I did stand up for 12 years. Stand up, I tell you all the time, I never once got booed, never once had that cry. I'll take it back. I had one of the quiet crowds, but that's a story for a day. But anyway, but in this, I'm trying to tell you is that comedy, I did very well. Now, in my top 10, no, I would never say that. But I can go do a show. If you wanted me to go pull off a set, I can't do it now, it's been years. But at the time, you need a good 30, 40 minute set. I can give you one right now. I can give you that. But I can tell you like this one thing. I noticed that when you go to do, what this one say? When you deal in that type of way, you understand that people need to pull each other along when they get in those positions. And what I don't think you get in today's world anymore is because they're putting people in position now, they don't think like that. They're individualized. They're trying to grab one person at a time and then make you the star and then isolate you. They love to isolate the star. You ever notice how I know this? Look at their jokes. Take a comedian. Take a comedian's joke before they get really put on by them folks and then listen to their joke after. They become tamer. Chris Rock became tamer. Kevin Hart became tamer. They become very much tamer as they get put on. Luckily, Eddie got out before it happened. Well, I appreciate that. Hey, oh my God, Dwight, what is that? Dwight, well, appreciate you, Dwight. I love when I see the elders in. Because mind you, my whole thing is family. Dwight, I say this for you, brother. It bothers me that you had to make it to 73 in this world that you living in. I hate that for you. I don't want that for me. I don't want that for the people coming behind us. I want progress for us. I want this. I said this yesterday on the show, and this bothered me so bad because people always say you always thinking black folks shitting on things. I ain't saying that. Because this foreign white tea lady hurt my feelings yesterday. I was sitting in the kitchen. I was making some tea. The white tea lady said, and she hit it on the head. She says, she don't understand black people. She's especially black American. She said, I don't understand it. She was like, y'all create everything. From the genres of music to everything that you do, everybody wants to be just like you. Everything that you do, everybody wants to be just like. And she was like, but yet and still, you move when they tell you to move. You go when they tell you to go. You go left if they say left. If they say you can't have this, you just take it. And she was like, and y'all never do anything on your own accord. And she was like, that's globally. She was like, globally, y'all wait for to be told where we're going. And whether I like that or not, because I hate, oh God, I hate that. Oh God, it makes me want to throw up to know that that shit's true. It's much power that we could possess, but the problem with it is that this is the crazy part. We have been conditioned out of our nature. Well, I believe you. I try to be funny sometimes. But no, I just to me, and I get it, it's a steep hill and not all of us are gonna make it. I wrap my mind around this. I tell you, brothers, you'll feel a lot freer. The reason why I can talk like this on here and I don't care, it's for one reason only. I don't want to feel no pain. I don't want to go away from here. So if you hear anybody say, this brother done commit, nope, that's not me. I ain't saying none of that. I don't want to go here. I ain't trying to go over here. I don't want to go away. What I'm saying is this. I really heard them words. Either you're gonna either stand for something or fall for anything. And mine is at this ripe old age that I'm at now. I have gotten to a point to where I say this: we can't all make it. We cannot. But what I think we have to do at this point, I have to take on my own responsibility. I can't keep looking for someone else. Like when I see Malcolm, I don't want to be Malcolm X. I'm just inspired to do the work. What do I need to? What role I need to play? What we need to do? Yes, I rebuke that. No. It's an internet guy. L-Dot's got hung himself. No, nigga, I'm not hanging nothing, putting nothing, don't want nothing, don't put nothing to my head, nothing. I don't like pain. And like I say, for me, I just want us to get to that point. I want us to get to the point to where we know now, if you don't get to a point where you say you want to be the change. And for me, I don't just get on just to talk. Like I said, for me, let's organize something. What do you want? What do I want? What do I feel like? To me, someone asked me one time, what do I do to fix it? I can tell you right now the things that I want. I want the things that makes others successful, and I see it. I'm an observer. When I go everywhere I go, I just go to observe. I want an institution. See, I don't want to build a school just to say I got school so I can tell all the haters. I got the school and everybody hate. No, I ain't saying none of that. I don't want to do none of that. I want a school. This is what I always said. If I was a coach, a basketball coach or something like that, I'm going to be the coach like this. I don't need to know the X's and O's. I'll get someone who teaches that. I need for the young men or the young women, whoever I was dealing with at the time, to understand that excellence is key to success. I know that sounds cliche, but what I mean is, I want these boys, like if it was a boys basketball team, nigga, I want you to feel like nobody in your mama's better than you. I want our institution to be the place where every young man is clamoring to get to because you put out a machine. So them first boys that you put in there, you tell them no matter how good they are, you are going to be one unit, a machine. If you do every part correct every time, every exact time. And I have to say it like this, there is no excuse to be lazy in a basketball game. I'm gonna tell you why. It's 2 fucking hours. For 2 hours, lock in and do a job. That's it. We have to do it every day, people, for 8. Or not 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, even if not more. So you lock in, do one thing specifically where if you do that like a unit, this will be the place that everybody wants to come. But if you apply that to everywhere that you go, if I'm doing a movie, we're going to do this where everything has to be on point. We do not put it out until it is complete. Not, oh, they'll take it because no. If you build it that way, it will be, excellence will come to you. You don't have to worry about a woman wanting to shake her ass or wanting to be something better. If she sees nothing but excellence is what she's gonna want to be too. Same thing for the brother. And I think what's happening is this, everybody's running around trying to be the superstar. I don't want to own a school. I just want black folks to have one. When their kids go into there, they feel safe, they feel proud, and they go in there and they getting taught to be like a little one machine. When you go to this school, this is what we do. This is how we move. This is what we produce. This is where we go. These are the positions we're thinking about moving into as a future, as a group. This is what we do. You don't come here and do this. No, you come here to do what? No, that's not, no. And the kids need to believe into it. And see, all you gotta do is give them something. You have to make them want that. See, you see these schools now, people are just showing up doing status quo. I'm not saying that's easy. I'm not saying you're gonna be Joe Clark in this month. I'm not saying none of that. What I'm saying is that our children only are striving to be Cardi B and Sexy Red is because the NAACP is telling you she cool. It don't need to be that. When it comes down, we forget about the adult. I'm telling you like this now, black men are out of work. So instead of us literally all feeling about some way about yourself because you ain't working or something's going wrong in your life and you can't produce something, you lose your family, how about whatever city that we're in, we now need to start corrugating, organize and coming together and figure out something. All your starts is getting in the group together again. Hey brother, you really want to do something? Man, we got let's make it simplistic. Men, we are struggling with our health because of these food, things like this. Let's take the Fred Hampton approach. Fred Hampton said, look, let's get out in the morning, let's just go work out. The camaraderie is there. You know, all these brothers, especially young boys, they like to get together. Get together, young boys get together, we get up, we go for a run, we may play some ball, something like that. But before we part every day, we have a tangible something that we do as a collective that we can do to make sure each one of us don't have to do this anymore. I'll give you an example. If you did that with grown men who just say we're all employed, This should be nothing that you should not have 10 men. When I see these organizations got 10, 20, 50 men together and they 501c3s and they trying to get donations and stuff like this, why? And if all you guys have suits and ties and y'all working, then why don't all y'all own a gas station or something? That collective build should be having something that all of y'all are collectively eating off of. Equally, not I put in this, I get 5%. No, equally. That's how you keep the drama down. And I'm so willing for my own culture is this. I'm willing to put up a bigger share than the next person and get the same thing as the next person solely so we can get the fuck out of this. I just need people who want the same passion that I have about it to want to do it, not the people who just want to come in and eat. That's what we've gotten to. If you're gonna build a garden, let's build a garden. But let's not just build a garden, where we're gonna put it to sell it. Then we're gonna do that. What neighborhood? All this can be done. It just needs to start. And I think what happens now is that we just get told, because everybody get online, they get told, we're very good at highlighting the shit. We ain't good at cleaning it up. Oh, you see what they doing to us over there, they doing this. I agree. But for some reason, the same people that are denigrating us, the same people that are holding us up at stops, the same people throwing crack in our back seat, the same people doing all this stuff to us, the same people in the courtroom doing it to the same entertainer companies that's showing you horrible images of you, are the same people that turn around. I'll see a black person, they tell me love me. Hey, I'm such and such, and I'm partnering with Paramount to show you guys that. What the fuck? You mean the people who are denigrating us every day? You mean? It's just funny, you see it all the time. It'd be the very people who show you the most negative, violent images. You've heard people who will tell you they didn't want this because it was too positive. Give me something, this, then the third. You'll go to this neighbor, these people are doing it, and you'll be like, and then they come partner with you later. Classic example. How is it there is a Target protest and also a Target booth at Essence Fest all at the same time? Now, I'm not saying whether I agree or disagree with the Target protest based upon what I know, but what I'm saying is this. With it being there, do you think that was the year that we should have had them there? You get what I'm saying? I don't know if that should have been the year. This may be the year we say, yeah, y'all may want to sit this one out. But what it is, corporate has done this. Instead of us grassroots, like, I'll give y'all this one. Like, I always say this, and I hate to bring them up because I know how much people dislike them. It's crazy, because I get it. They do a lot of arguing online. I don't get into all of that. But the reason why Tariq Nasheed is so, he gets his money that he looks for, I always say that it's because he puts the product that he says he's going to do, and he utilizes the community. Meaning, the man doesn't say anything negative about Black American community. You could say he makes y'all sound perfect. Doesn't matter. Stop listening to him. What I'm saying is, being that he doesn't say anything negative about the community is the reason why the community supports him. What happens with a lot of these other people, they will have footages of them supporting you in private or supporting you at this event, and then the next event they telling you where you wrong or chastising you, waving their finger. Roland can never do what Tariq does because Roland constantly denigrates people. He constantly calls you names and stuff. They say, well, Tariq does it too. Tariq only does it to people who do it to him. Or at one individual time. Roland will get online and say, all you dummies need to listen to this. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, to me, I would like grassroots to do things. I would just like for us to pull money together. I like when we do it together because at that point, I know. Look, let me say this. When you ever get together with other Black folks, really, like I've been to a couple of his events. When you get together at those events, whether you know the people or not, I go to events all the time. But when you're at those events, you feel the energy. You feel like you're amongst people who only want to see good from you. It doesn't feel negative. It doesn't feel like I'm at a boule event where it feels like if I ain't bougie enough, they're gonna look at me a certain way. And I don't understand why, I do understand it. Let me say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. I get why they won't. Life is moving for us like this. You gotta be at work tomorrow. I gotta be at work tomorrow. You gotta go do this. We gotta do that. I gotta go do this and I gotta get the kids. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. They don't leave us time. What's happening? We don't get no time. We don't get no time for none of the stuff we want to do. Our time is always something else. Our time always is oh yeah, but you gotta go fill this hole. I'm telling you this, people, you do not supposed to live your life and hope that you don't have one bill to fall out that you didn't see coming and your whole life come crashing down. That is not how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something totally different from that. It's supposed to be something like, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I've traveled a bit. I've done well. I can honestly say I've done well with myself, and it's been a constant struggle. Oh my God. And I'm still struggling, just like the next man. There's nowhere where I should be, but I'm gonna tell you how hard it is. This is why I'm not talking from no experience. I'm not talking from not the trials and error. I did it the way, I remember when I was younger, they said, yo, just don't, get rich or die trying. Give up everything. Just don't. No, you gotta have a limit. If you got a family, you gotta have a limit. I lost it all before. I'm talking about lost it all. Nowhere to go with the family dog. And just all betting on myself and didn't realize I'm in a rigged game, betting all of my family's security, trying to get it because everybody in the system telling me get it or die trying. You can do that when you by yourself. You do that with a family. You gotta do it a different way. And then when you're doing the family, that's my whole point. I don't want men who want to be successful like I want to be successful to feel alone. We should be able to build something collectively. And the easiest way actually to do it is, instead of just the men doing it, is if we do it as a family. But you're gonna have to put your anger and your disdain and your dislike for each other aside and to say, we both have been hurt. Even, I ain't even talking about just relationships. It is, you gotta have an all girls group, especially an all girls group. It's like, oh my God, I get it. Y'all like Sister Girl, like in Atlanta, they got a couple of massive, I did some shows with some of these girls, massive groups of women. And there's no problem with that. It's just that what happens as, like, I live in the real world. I watch the propaganda. I watch the imagery. See, look, the imagery, the propaganda, all the things we all agree on. Yeah, they doing this to her. Yeah, Eldai. Yeah, I agree. You're right, they doing it. Everybody who agrees on that. You ever notice though, but when you come back, when it's time to apply the solution, we still want to live on our biases. And I don't want to do that. Like for me, yes, I feel niggas pain when they feel pain. If I'm watching a movie or TV something and a girl acting out of pocket, I'm with the dudes. Oh, this ragged that bitch. Oh God. I feel it less when the dude doing it. I may say to myself, oh, well, you know, he probably was hurting a little bit. I would think that, but I can't say that because he's still wrong. I need women to get that too. Y'all make an excuse. Yeah, she was wrong, but her pain level was, no, stop it. You're making excuses because you're a woman. What I want us to do is to understand that even though I understand his pain more, I have to understand hers. Because if I build myself up in the culture that keeps telling me not to be with my woman, I'm going to end up being without a woman. I don't want to do that. And I don't want a woman who hit her 40s and her 50s and now she realizes, yo, this shit ain't as fun when you by yourself and everybody else done moved on and got married. It ain't. All waiting for perfection, because ain't no perfection coming. And I'm going to tell you, the money don't mean shit when you don't like the nigga. Trust it, woo. You can always tell when a woman don't like her husband, the one who play forever. We play sports and he played that bitch. He's 49, he's still out there on the field. Like, this nigga, his wife don't like him at all. And she telling him, no, you need to go play another season. Anyway, let me stop. Now, that's all I want to say about that. Just, I wanted to, I don't know how we got down this damn path where we got here, but I appreciate, hey, everybody, hit the like button if you ain't hit the like button, share the live. It's Friday. Let me see if I got anything else I want to talk about before I get out of here. Let me see. Boom, bap, bing, did that. That was Cardi B. Did y'all hear about Angel Reese? This is what I mean. Actually, it's tied into the conversation, to be honest with you. But Angel Reese, the basketball player, which is a gorgeous Amazon. She's gorgeous, but boy, that woman ain't nothing but legs. Well, comes out, she done went on the live, it looks like, and admitted to catching over 80 bodies. And she's 23. 80. That's how I know we got time to get together and build something. Because if you get 80 bodies, where you find that much time at 23? And I know this is probably standard for young men and women out here now, just catching bodies they were. Look, I'm scared. Smiley, I don't know if this is real. Hopefully it's not real. Hopefully this was satire. Go look it up. I got it on the screen. I can put it on the screen.
Man, what in the entire freak?
Hold on, let me cut the guy's music off. It says, she got mad. She was going back and forth with her ex-boyfriend, and he basically said that he implied that she had over 80 bodies. And she was like, so what? I know girls is the same age as me that got over 200-300. Like, what? No, that's the world we live in, man. And I don't want that for us. No, she's too pretty. She should not have to go through that. She shouldn't, but see, that should not even be something she's thinking about. I remember when look, I'm gonna age myself, but when I used to go to the club, which was many, many years ago, like in the club now, do they dance in the club? Because by the time I was leaving out the club, they had already stopped slow dancing. We won't even slow dancing no more by the time I left the club. But when I was coming up in the club, man, all me and the fellas would do, it was a game. Game on. Which one of these chicks can I get to the crib tonight? That was the game. You always thinking that. And then you go when you go, they do reveal too much. You go and that was the game. You go to the club, you try to get one, you at the bar, we would run the game. We had systems the whole night. We was getting girls. Very rarely did you get one back to the crib, though. You didn't get them back to the crib too often. Because women, now, you can maybe get them to come later the next week, the weekend, maybe the next day. But not a lot of them gonna go home that night. I could only imagine what the club is like today. Just if the rhythm is there, y'all probably smashing for real. And I'm just, that's unfortunate, man. I'm gonna tell you, forget even the STDs, forget even the babies. I think the problem, what people don't realize with that is this. I'm gonna get a little spiritual with you guys, and I'm not even a spiritual nigga. I'm not one of the ones to do it. I'm an analytical guy, but I am gonna say this. When I look at and observe the world, I look at it in a specific manner, and I look at things that don't make sense. And when stuff don't make sense, that to me is God. What do I mean? When I look at the human race, the humans, I'm talking melanated people, when you look at them and you are 98.6 degrees or around that point, you're almost 100 degrees without being plugged into anything. That means you are a self-sustaining energy source by yourself. That already makes you a statistical anomaly in this world. That means you are a battery. That means that you are a power source yourself. If you are a power source yourself, you got to go deeper. I'm generating power. Now to women, I hold an existing thing comes through me that wasn't there before, i.e. a baby. Now, of course, you and the man do this together, so I'm speaking to both of you guys. So in these self-sustaining things that we are, that makes us our bodies, I can inject something into you that now forms something else that now produces itself. That is amazing to me when you think about it like that. What you got is you have movies of people just doing all kinds of violent things to each other. Then you got people doing it in the sexual manner. You got the whole nine. But what you don't realize is what that thing's supposed to produce is amazing. So for me, think about it in these terms. When a man shoots up the club, we use words. When a man shoots up the club, ma'am, you are ingesting his DNA. Everything is coming into you. When two DNAs interact with each other, they fuse a lot of the time. So now you are taking on another man. You ever seen when they say when two people been together long, they start looking together, looking the same? That's because he keeps you in them. He's formed, they're changing. So being that they're changing each other through their DNA, because you keep ingesting your DNA, she has 80 bodies by 23. What if all of them shot up the club? That means when she thinks, whatever she's gonna think at 30, whatever she's gonna think at 40, now has been altered by someone else's DNA. This is how I look at all of this. I am so much don't want to be controlled in this world that I do not want even for me to touch you, even though I'm out in you or in it. Something can touch my skin, secrete, man, your skin is an organ that gets on me. See, it goes into a woman's bones. See what I'm saying? So you're now taking on all these different people. Do you want to take on, ladies, just look at it in that fashion. I know it, it seems like it's okay. I know people tell you this is liberating. They're liberating you out of your existence. Don't you want to be you? I always used to say this, I agree. That's how you get to become soul ties. You get into each other because you're into each other now. That's how it goes. And I'm just saying, look at yourself with more than that. See, if someone had told me that at 17, 18, maybe I would have looked at myself differently. Instead of just telling me, God, I don't like that, and you need to go sit down, that you're gonna get punished, or you're gonna have a baby. Telling the 17-year-old in one end, out the other. But again, the same thing I'm talking about when I'm talking about building a school and I'm talking about building something, I want excellence. So when you preaching that type of way of thinking, that way of living, that way of life in every facet of life, all you're gonna want is the best for yourself. That means the food that you eat, you're gonna only wanna eat what's good for you. You're only gonna wanna ingest what's good for you. But when people tell you it's okay, when you get told that Cheetos is okay, when you get people feeding you stuff, you think it's normal because you're still functioning. You're not yourself. I want to be the most highest functioning version of myself I can possibly be. And I know that that's getting impeded on every day. So that's why when I look at sex with people is I wish people, like for me, I did massage therapy for like 9 years. And people would be like to me, man, how you do all of that? Because I don't, for one, you desensitize yourself because you've seen so many people. But then another reason why it's on top of it too is because your body is sacred. When you get in a massage, you're getting stretched, you're getting something like this, you're getting stuff moved and pushed. It's my job. I always used to look at it like this. I appreciate that. What's it, SGR? I appreciate it, heart you. My job was to I always looked like if it was a deep tissue, my job is to like to wring out your muscle. That was the thing. So you're gonna wring them out. That's your job. Now, if you want, you can give a sensual sex, you can do all, yes, but I'm saying that to me, you're devaluing me, first of all, because now here comes a stranger saying, hey, treat me like I'm special. How the fuck you, bitch? And then two, I don't want that for yourself. You shouldn't want that. That right there's sacred for you. You need to go get that. Your body needs to be tuned. Let me tell all humans, if you're not getting massages at least once a month, your body is out of whack. If you're not getting stretched, your body is out of whack. If you're not getting chiropractic work, you're out of whack. Hell no, Kim, that's not what I do, boo. That's not what I do. That's what I'm speaking to. See, that devalues all of us. I don't want us to be devalued. See, when I see Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion winning and they say, oh, you hate them, I'm not looking at her in a negative fashion like that. I'm looking at it the fact of, you do know they're clowning you and it's like that. I don't like to be clowned. I don't like when people, you ever there have somebody like, this is one guy on, he'd be online. And I think, and it's cute what they do to him. He obviously a black guy, he has Down syndrome or something, but you can tell that he's around his uncles and cousins and brothers a lot. So they won't let him drink, but they be drinking. So they do stuff like they'll drop water in and he'll think it's some liquor and then he'll be like, whoa, wow. But it's, to me, I think it's cute. I forgot my whole point. What the fuck point I was making that? I forgot my whole point. Well, I'm glad I didn't either, Kim. But no, my only reason for that, my only reason I say that for the human body is because we don't treat it well enough. We're treating it like we're gonna have it forever, and I'm gonna be honest, man. People, especially unfortunately, all the people who took that thing, who took that 5-6 years ago, all the people who did it, they helped shorten your lifespan when they did that. And it's unfortunate that you went through it under false pretenses. And I'm just telling you, moving forward, I would just say this to you anytime: if someone lied to you about one thing, they'll lie to you about anything. If someone has proven to you through their behaviors that they never want to see you do well, then you need to believe them. If you don't think that you can go in your own dirt, put your own seed, put your own water down and grow your own thing out and eat it, then we have a problem. If you don't think, men, that you can take a piece of board with some mathematics and then put these two things together and build a home, then you're wrong. YouTube have tutorials all over them. Every time I need to build something, because I like to build. Build out my studio myself. When you build out things, you go on YouTube. It's right on YouTube University. It'll teach you what you need to know. But go right on there and learn how to build. We don't need these people things. We can do this. You say I tried to tell the people in my family. Yeah, everybody's hard-headed. Everybody's hard. And what it is it's the convenience of the world. Like for me today, I'm tired. It's the weekend. The weekend coming up, so bone down. I don't want to do nothing more, right? But in days you just don't want to do anything. Like this should be the time I'm out, building something, doing something. Some days I'm just tired, and I know they do this to us on purpose. But at some point, we're gonna have to stop being reactive and become proactive. Once you become proactive, we're gonna do well. Problem is right now they got us on the defense, and we're always waiting for where they're going next. So that's what, to be honest with you, that's why I always get into it with Democratic people, because you are allowing these people to tell me to just be defensive when our team needs offense right now. I don't want to play defense right now. I don't. I don't want to play defense right. But anyway, hit the like button, share the live real quick, people. I'm gonna go one more story, then I get out of here. If you on YouTube, go hit the like button over there as well. Let me go one more story. Let me see what else I got up here. Heard that was in time. No, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, we'll make it this one, then we get out of here. This one's something we can talk about. So, family, do you know the United States has more empty homes than homeless people now? Family, you want to know why ain't nobody buying homes? Ain't nobody afford them. And can I ask any of you one question? Can someone tell me why can't nobody afford? And everybody's gonna say inflation, but can anybody tell me why there's so much inflation? Why is there so much inflation to where now it has priced out damn near the entire country from being able to afford a home? Why did it get so high and without your money moving? That doesn't make sense. We have to ask these questions. These people just say the inflation went up. I heart you back. Appreciate that. And I just, to me, if we're getting to the point this happening, I just want to say this. I try to beat the drum beat every week. Remember, they told you about 2030. And I mind, they're going to say, Kamala's going to do the same thing. It's coming. Believe me this. Let me say this. Let me say that now. I hope we can say it. The people who's buying up all the real estate and everything else, which they all end up in the United States government under LLC or something, right? It's all one game. Yes, your country, everything is all in on it. You want to know data centers, everything. Everything is one entity. They're all together. You, the people, just are suffering from what this one entity wants to do. The reason why I know that Kamala was never going to do any different is because you're trying to tell me that this woman who goes home with, what's her name, Chad or some shit like that, you think that one woman, that one East Indian Jamaican lady, was going to now walk into that house and tell all them powerful white dudes that dominate the world that she was gonna go in there and keep that agenda from happening. You better miss me with that stupid shit that you thinking out your mind. Get it out your mind, because you know that ain't true. No one will ever let that happen. So I live in that world. I live in the world where I know that's not going to happen. Yeah, it ain't no value. You said the value of dollars until there is no value in the dollar. Remember, let me say something to my people that I don't think everybody understands. Money has no value. Let me repeat it. Money has no value. You do know the money value that we have, whether it's a digit on your screen in your computer and your debit card, or even if it's $1 in your pocket. Do you know the value that makes that valuable? The fact that you will take it, I will take it, the government would take it, the grocery store would take it, that's the value. So this is what I want people to understand. It does not matter how much money is in circulation because it's not backed by anything. Being that it's not backed by anything, it's just digits on the screen. And people say that's not true. It is true. It is a digit on the screen that they can manipulate at any point. If someone wanted you to be rich, they could easily say, go on Jimmy's screen right now, on his bank screen, and take it from $10 to 10 billion. And you will now have 10 billion digits on your screen. That's all we live in. Remember, there are people or entities or whatever you want to call it, whatever you think it is, that runs the entire system. They're global. And these people make the money, so they don't care about money. So this is why I say to people all the time, it is about power. Your ignorance, your ability to keep taking that dollar is the reason why it has worth to it. It's no other reason. People think that it literally, oh man, it needs to go back to the standard. No, it needs to do this. These people need to get out of our lives. One thing that this country has slowly, methodically put the frog in the pot and let them boil themselves slowly to us. You know what they've done? They've done that at every turn when it comes to our taxes, when it comes to our housing, when it comes to laws, when it comes to every protection, attitude, school systems, the whole nine. I had to say this before I get out of there about the school system. The average American student reads on a 7th to 8th grade level. That means that they don't even read on a high school level. They can't read cursive. They can't read big words. They don't understand math. They don't understand geography. I see a lot of things. Like I said, I just had children get into their 20s. I know where they go to. I know that they don't start teaching children anything until they get to the university level, and even then they're indoctrinated with information. Me and my daughter, who's a chemist, she's a scientist, and me and my knee baby, she's a scientist, and we go back and forth all the time. She gives me the academic way of looking at things. I give her the way that I have studied it outside of it, and we bump heads so many times, but she buys completely in. I know they stopped cursive, and you know they're making cursive in 200-300 years is going to be a dead language, dead writing style is what it's going to be, a pum writing style. And so what I want people to get though, I want us to understand. But this is not the children. Remember, for anything to go from here to here has to happen for a reason. Someone had to take something out of the system to make it worse. I'll give you an example. If I can find it, I'll show it to you guys. Something I will show you if I can find it. I don't know if it's in here or not. But in California, and I don't know, I don't think I have it. But in California, they have, they just gave you the new grading system. Now, you remember when you were in school, and I don't think I have it in here. I was looking for it, but I don't see it. But the grading system in California in certain parts, and we can talk about why it's like this, but I'll just say this is what it is. They've taken an A down from like a 100 down all the way down to like 84. Then a B is like 84 to like 60 something. Then like a C is like 60 something to 40 something. Then a D is like 40 something to 20 something. F is under 20. Do you realize what that means? That means that they are accepting less excellence for the children. We moved into a world that's more technologically advanced, but you are now simplifying the process. You're removing simplistic things. When it comes to the math system, you're teaching in an ineffective way. I didn't even say that right. An ineffective way on purpose. You're removing a balanced diet from the school system so the children in the middle of the work, they can't think with the most. These are simplistic things that they are actively doing under the guise of it's just business. No, nigga, that's not business, that's personal. It's just business when it's you, but that business never seems to touch their community. When they go to schools, it ain't just business when they get $23 billion extra dollars into their school systems every year that you don't get. That ain't business, that's personal. So when people always be like, no, this shit is business, it's all personal. That somebody doesn't want you to do well. Somebody doesn't want your children to do well. When you are telling me that reparations should be, like, they'll even do this. I've heard NAACP members. I've heard Black Caucus members. I've heard other dumb people make these statements. No, we don't need cash payments for reparations. We need things like the tax-free status, which I'm okay with. And we need things like free education. Why the fuck do I want to go to, you want me to go to school for free? And you dumbing me down? That's what I should get paid. So my family built a nation that is the most powerful thing on this planet. Excuse me. I had the nation with the most powerful nation on the planet. They stole it from you and then stole all your ingenuity and said they built it. But that's another story. But black folks did all of this. And the things I get back from my ancestors is an indoctrinated lie that they tell to me. That's my payment? No, I'm not doing that. And you shouldn't do that dumb shit either. What's wrong with you people? And see, anybody who says that can't be a friend of yours. They cannot be your friend. That cannot be a friend of yours that really believe. And mind you, and if he is your friend and he really wants you to do well, do you know what that tells me? That they should not be people leading you anywhere. Al Sharpton, since you won't ever say anything tangibly for black folks, you need to sit your ass down. And I would tell any person who ever stood in front of folks that they want to be somebody's leader. Because if you leading, you ain't leading me nowhere. If your deals, if you keep making brand deals with people and all the time, how you making brand deals with, let me say this way for the people in the back. Your enemy is not going to partner with you unless they are there to harm you, to deceive you, to remove you. You keep telling me how Jay-Z is a businessman and Kevin Hart is a businessman and Shaq is a businessman. Watch how great of a businessman they are when they're no longer in favor with their white tea counterparts. I want to hear about the black guy who holds his wealth regardless of what the fuck comes out of his mouth. I have to say this. The closest thing we're gonna probably get in modern times to someone who stood fast on their shit, and even though he still kissed the ring some, was Kanye. And it was outside of him, I don't even know, and he didn't really do it, but you get what I'm saying. Nobody, look, we cannot supposed to have the 16th largest economy. Black Americans should not have the 16th largest economy and not have at least one institution on whatever level that we're funding ourselves. Me, L. Dot, appreciate you for being here for all the people who is. I'm your man. L. Dot says, I'm willing to give a weekly stipend to whatever black cause needs to be put. And what do I mean when I say that? Do you remember they said the first weekend of Black Panther, the first one? They made so much money that weekend that they could have actually funded the school system for the next 10 years for Black Americans from that one weekend and say, nigga, put me on a stipend. What do I need to do so we can get some institutions? If it's that simplistic, if all we need to do, let's just do it. That's it. Well, who's doing the money? Don't put people in power. This is my thing. I am the anti-power. You have been fed that this is how that a system can only work. You have been fed this. It has to be a top-down effect for it to be effective. Otherwise, you're gonna have chaos. Who told you that? When everyone is invested at the same level, why would you turn on anyone? The problem when you turn on people is when one person decides, I'm gonna take a little bit more than what you get. I'm gonna keep a little bit of information that you don't got. I'm gonna do something that you're not gonna have. That's what happens. Have we not seen that with every music group in the world? Every black music group goes through that. Everything happens. It always happens the same way. Oh, you know Beyonce, you the star girl. Kelly ain't got shit on you, girl. Oh, Donna Ross, girl, you know you did shit fuck them other girls. Oh, David Ruffin, you know you that nigga, stop playing. There you go, Bobby Brown. That's what you do. You always got to stand up. But if everybody rides at the same level, you shouldn't have no issues. And if someone then becomes a problem, we as a collective remove that issue. I'm the anti-follow what we have all been conditioned to be. You said the man did robbing us at the same time. It just, my thing is just like this. We do not have to go through this. It does not have to be this way. We could literally do better than this. When they have conditioned us down that we have, you know, they tell us it's impossible now. That's what they have us at. You know what they have us at? I'll say it to you. I use an analogy that I always say, and then I get out. It's been 2 hours. This analogy I'll use for you. We live in a world. We are a 5'2" black woman with a thyroid issue. And she got her hormones out of whack, and she 262 pounds. Now, could you imagine what she probably shaped like, right? This woman, when you tell her, girl, we're gonna get you on the path, we're gonna get you in good shape, we're gonna get you back to where you need to go. This is an impossible fucking feat to this woman. In her mind, this is impossible. What are you talking about? This is impossible. We cannot do this. And I'm gonna say something. I am that 5'2", 265 pound girl. I feel like it's the biggest massive undertaking myself. But guess what happens when 3 or 4 5'2" at that size? But guess what happens when somebody else comes in that's 5'11" and she's built a different way, and all of a sudden y'all make a team. I'll give you an example. There's a young lady I know that's on my Instagram. They got one of them early morning workouts. Guys and girls, they all come together every day, and I'm watching her body change just through her stories and I know it's the commitment of the team. So at 265, she can get down to 5'2". At 5'2", maybe 120 she'd be great. 120, she can get there. 130, she could get there with that support. With that support, when she starts on January 1st, and by December the 31st, her whole life would change if everybody did it as a collective. Asking her on January the 1st to do it at 265 and she don't know what the fuck she's doing, she's never gonna get there. I applaud the people who have done that. Y'all are some amazingly mentally strong people. But I'm telling you, it is easier if we did that as a collective together. And what that is, that's the analogy that I would use when it comes to black society. Undertaking seems too massive because you're by yourself. But I promise you, you get 3 guys together and y'all put a roof on, you gonna feel accomplished. Now that roof gonna turn into, you know what we can do back there? We might can build a shed for them fellas. That's gonna be next. That is progress, that's movement. Here's my ideal world. Now get out of here. My ideal world for a black neighborhood would be this. Everybody's neighborhood has a manicure lawn. Everybody has a sprinkler system. The children play out front. They have their little scooter bikes. The boys are making ramps in the streets. The girls are in the back having parties. I want all of that. I want that to be the neighborhood. I want the fellas in the neighborhood, when someone's house needs something, we say, yeah, we're gonna go down there and we do that collective. I want to be at the point to where in the neighborhood, one day a week, one of the family hosts. We can do this so the neighborhood stays strong. One day out of the week, pick whatever day it is, one family in the neighborhood hosts for the entire neighborhood to eat together. If y'all eat together, when I say host, everybody get together, whether it's the ladies or not. I don't know what y'all want to do. I'll let you guys decide that. I don't want to be sexist. But if the ladies want to get together in the neighborhood and they cook together to make this happen, I know other religions sometimes do things like this, but mine is, I don't think we need to be religious to do this. I think what we need to do is to understand that if someone rides through your neighborhood, we don't know them, if your kid's locked out, which is going to happen, if your car breaks down in the neighborhood, which is going to happen, I need for everyone to know each other. The neighborhood garden, the fellas going down to tend the gardens to give the women the food, and we all eat and break bread together. Right there, what we can do, take one whole lot, maybe an acre or whatever it is, and say that's the garden of the neighborhood. Everyone can eat out of the neighborhood at any given time. You just walk through the neighborhood. If you see some plum, eat a plum, bitch, gone. No one's tripping. This is what you have to do. This is possible. If you do it far enough out where there's nobody around, get your well water. You don't have to worry about these people's existence. Hopefully they don't take it from you, but you get what I'm saying. That's the most simplistic way of getting us back to a mindset. Now, why the men are getting together doing the garden, best believe if men are in a building mindset, something's going to come out of it. We've seen it too many times. This is Wall Street. This is Durham. This is Rosewood. Those men were getting together. The ladies were not trying to compete with each other to see who could shake their ass the best or who was stealing each other man because he the one out here getting the Don money, not your homeboy. That shit is stupid. And they're gonna take this from us soon. I hope you do know the Birkin bag, brunch, lunch, doing whatever I want to do, protecting my PFAS life that we live in is going away from here. They taking it. They don't want that no more. They said, nah, y'all people living too good. You gotta get that out of here. You need your basics again. I'm telling you, this is what we've got to do. If we do this, we should be all right. If we don't do this, we're not gonna be okay. That's what I would want. Someone asked me what the solution is instead of vote. That's my solution. That is my solution. I start there. Now, guess what happens too now? And this is for the people like the lady was in here the other day, Smile. I don't know if you was in here when you heard it. This lady was in the other day. She kept telling me every Democrat, you gotta do it. Don't be stupid. Just keep voting for them. That's how she's talking. And what's your solution? This is my solution. Everything I just said. And guess what happened when the men and the women get together? We all get together when we're eating. And then guess what's gonna happen? 9 times out of 10, we're all gonna vote one way. So now you have a collective one way of voting. The women, the men, the whole nine. We may even now, as the men get together, say, you know what? I work with the mayor's cousin. Maybe if we go down there and we talk to him in this fashion, that's all that we have to do. That's it. But see, I don't think people understand that's how simplistic it is. We've been told it's so hard to do. It's not. You just have to put one foot in front of the other. Anyways, people, I appreciate you guys. Hey, hit that like button if you hadn't hit it on the way out, because we're gonna do this. I appreciate you guys. I really do. And you know, man, we've been doing this for like the last month or two, and I appreciate all the love we get in here. I appreciate all the new people that come in. The reason why I always say you definitely need to hit the follow button, because if you don't, they're not going to show you my stuff again. I can't send out a notification to you, and they're not going to show it to you again. Hit the fan club if you want to. I appreciate that as well. Because they do stifle our accounts, and I get it. I get it. I appreciate the love. I thought it was a good topic for our Friday too. I get it that they stifle it is because I know I'm talking in a way nobody wants to hear. No one wants to hear what I'm talking about. See, for me, this should tell you how much the world dislikes us. I haven't said anything negative about anybody else's group. I haven't said anything negative about what we shouldn't be doing. Just I want to be respected. I want us to respect each other. I want to pour and build into each other. This was to ever have went viral. It would be if thousands of people came here and here come them folks. It was going to be, I'm almost one of them folks that came over here and wanted to blow up, pew pew in the world, because it's just gonna be, he's an evil person. Nothing I said is evil, but they gonna tell me I'm evil. I just want you to understand this. When a person that sounds like me sounds like that, know that I care all about all of y'all, even the ones that want to argue with you. Because I know at the end of the day, some of us ain't the brightest, and that's no knock. I'm just saying, I know we all had to go through this system, and especially young folks, I give them a pass, and I give really older people a pass, because they fell for the okie doke too. Something about this generation right here in the middle just seems to just don't want to play with people no more. So I appreciate you guys, like, again, for coming in, helping promote the channel, pushing it out there. I love the gifts, appreciate that. I'm gonna continue to come out and do it. I may come back later this evening. I don't know, I gotta go shoot another podcast today. I may come back, so you may get a notification, but I'll let you know if I do. Definitely follow the channel if you want to come back later and do it. If I get a bunch of followers between now and then, I'll definitely come back. Until then, let me get out of here if I can. Where's my mouse? There it goes. So I tell you what, I'm gonna end it on the song. I promise. I think I told you that I was gonna have new music this week. I was in the show with some of our music from the platform 300 Radio. I don't have any new video. I'm gonna have some next week. I'm going to have new music video. I got a whole new, because one thing, I got to drop the album soon. So I got 2 albums coming. So I got to drop the album soon. So I got to put it out there. So I'm gonna play one now. And I'm talking about black folks. So let me go and play that Black Love song. We're gonna go to church real fast, people. Let me find it. Where the church song at? Is that it right there? No, hold on. No, where is it at? Oh, there you go. So I'm gonna play this on my way out. I appreciate you guys. YouTube, you can't see it. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to disclose you out because they won't let me play music no more. But I appreciate you guys. All right, like I said, and I'll catch you on Monday. Peace.